Grand Campaign Podcast.
So currently it's the 6th day of Tentrovin, so you guys have gone almost a week into the new month. Last game, you guys were inside the Alaranthian mines underneath the Vestal Peaks, where you guys encountered a pair of long lizard-like creatures near an underground pond, surrounded by skeletal remains and petrified figures. You dealt with them fairly easily, but suddenly a hydra burst forth from the pond below, and you guys managed to escape it. Continuing deeper and upward, you traversed the treacherous caves, nearly falling into a torrential river in the process, but working together, you guys managed to save each other and escape the dangers of the mines, arriving at the summit of the Vestal Peaks in Dirkdale, which is Faustus's hometown. Looking around, you guys saw that the structures in the area are derelict and seem to have been either burned or decayed, being taken by overgrowth or weathered over time. There were no signs of life in the moment, but as you guys searched around, you managed to find the home of the Nickelhammers, which you guys decided to just rummage and look around, see if you can learn anything from your friend, about your friend, when suddenly Savos is tackled by a small, dirty man looking unkempt, who reveals himself to be Scuttle, who is a resident of Dirkdale. Eventually, a man named Ustev intervenes and states that he also was a resident of Dirkdale, with Scuttle being basically the lone survivor during the events that unfolded, which Faustus might be the reason why Faustus was dead. The town was basically destroyed, and through a ritual conducted by Ustev, you learned that the destruction of Dirkdale might have been from the hands of Morgul and a man named Lord Boltus, who also might have dug the mines that were below you. Ustev suggests that a man named Encalus Decmarian, who was part of the Explorers Guild that Ustev was part of, could possibly be found in Fort Giron, just north of Dragonscar. So, 6th day of the month, you guys are gathered at the summit. The sun is hot, afternoon sun. It's beginning to swelter, and even though there's a little bit of a strong wind, as I mentioned in the last session, the mountain wind blowing from the west. What do you guys want to do?
Well, I think we decided that we were going to Raintree, I thought, since that was the closest place on our list here. Which I do not remember. I am a bad note taker.
I don't see Raintree on the map.
Oh, you mean Rain Hollow?
Where's that?
That's Faustus. So that would have been, if you got the larger map.
I'm just looking at
map,
our homepage thing.
Yeah, it would have been in Discord in the library. It's on the southwest. Is where your hometown is. It's near. Just southwest of Griffin Run.
Oh, so that's way far out there.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah,
I was thinking like Willowdale Wharf was like close to it. Okay. So no, I was wrong.
Okay, though.
So it was Dirkdale. Dirkdale, Rain Hollow, Examir, Ecclesia, and There's one other place that I forget.
Billy Aerith that it was mentioned. Yeah, if you look at the map, you guys have Bellius to the east. So you guys look over. You guys are high up in the peaks. I could see, actually, off in the distance, very faint. You could see a settlement, which you would presume to be Willowdale Wharf in the northwest. And to your east, there is the town of Bellius. And there, you could see actually to the east, like if you guys are standing on this summit, there is a path. It seems to be the only path towards Dirkdale, which is a kind of descending, sloping downward, a path that leads. So you guys are high up, but it looks to have been built there, and maybe that's what that Ustav used when he came from Willowdale, or if even Faustus would have gone back and forth from the springs, he would have probably used this long sloping path downward. So it's kind of off on the peak side.
If I remember right, there's like literally nothing left in Dirkdale, right? It's kind of just a town in ruins.
Man.
Yeah, it's for the most part it's derelict and seems to have been largely destroyed.
So, do we know where that other place is?
Which one, Bellius? Or
is that the other one on our list?
Oh, Billy Aerith. No.
Aerith.
So yeah, you guys would have found this map as like kind of just a regional map. But
yeah,
Billy
but we don't know where that is in the wide scheme at all.
I'll say whoever's proficient can make a survival check, or just make a general intelligence check. So you and someone else can give you the help action.
Davos.
I'm not a super intelligent man.
Neither am I. I think the only one who is apparently book smart is Savos, who is not here right now.
I mean, I can try.
What?
Can I make a history check?
Yeah, I'll say. Yeah, you know what? Just because you would have read a lot of history books and possibly heard the name, I'll say you can make a history check.
Does my world traveling navigation help at all?
I'll say. So, did Grade just roll it, or
Grade did
was that
roll
just
one.
A previous one?
I mean,
because it's kind of lumped together. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I mean, if he did mean to do it, he isn't talking to me because he's muted right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm an idiot.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, I'll say.
I meant
Rotar, if you want, you can make a. What are you proficient in? Are you proficient in survival?
No, but I have a +2 to it. I'm proficient in athletics, insight, intimidation, and perception.
Okay, I'll say.
I got jack of all trades.
Yeah, I'll say for your case, you could make a survival check just because you've navigated quite a bit.
Hello, that's a 21.
Well, dang.
Just for a second. So Billy Aerith, you would have probably heard during your travels, is actually in Hydric. You're aware that in Hydric there are a few ports there. You may have even possibly stopped by them at some point. Port Stag is to the west, near a place called Stormwind Bay. Billy Aerith is closer to Wormsphere to the east. So it would have been like if you followed a line where Volikin and Hestova are on the map. If you continued like northeast, it's like kind of around that area.
Like, so the far top left of Galberis?
Top right. So if you see like on the world map, there's like a kind
dumb.
of
yeah, that's what I meant, but I am just a big dumb.
Yeah, it's like It's like part of that little whale tail looking thing. Close.
All
to
the other
Port's Head.
places are fucking far as bullshit. I think technically that one is the closest to where we're at.
Which one was that? Sorry.
Well,
Beliaris.
Beliaris. Let me actually.
Beliaris.
I'll toss. Actually, I don't even have that Jade thing anymore, but I can download the original.
It's like way. Yeah, it's way in the northeast. Then pretty much the direct opposite way is your hometown.
Rain Hollow?
And then just north of that is mine. And then even further north is Savos's.
Yeah, so you guys are all over the place. So it's a wonder you guys even managed to meet each other, but...
It's almost like it was fate or something.
Yeah.
But that does not help with the fact that they're all over the place and they're all far away.
yeah, there's also the problem that Hydrich is not very friendly to anyone who's not human. And we have two tieflings, half orc, half elf, which Savos would probably be fine there, but the rest of us?
Well, I can disguise myself with this, and he taps his hat if I really need to.
I suppose it doesn't really matter one way or another. My people aren't welcome anyway.
I don't really care if anybody doesn't want me around.
But it will make getting around a lot harder.
Yeah, no, you guys, you're not, you don't understand. They're gonna be violent about it.
It's always violence. It's always violence.
Yeah.
All anyone ever understands is violence.
It is a problem.
Yeah. So here.
Yeah, like what Brotar would have heard of it, but he would. I would say he would only know that it's like or anywhere around this northern coast.
Oh, I thought it was like way up here.
But yeah, probably to closer to Wormsphere.
Yeah, and then the other place is like around here-ish.
Yeah, it's like
and
more
then
over here. It's like a little cape over here.
Okay.
Anywhere we plan on going is going to take us a long time to get there.
So we better make a decision. Didn't you fellas say something about finding your friend?
Technically, he's off doing his own thing in Dragonscar, which we are planning on going there after dealing with this. I thought they would have been a little closer, or at least an easy path. It looks like they're scattered to the four winds.
Well, we definitely can't stay here. We should at least try to reach town. Go from there.
Well, we might be able to get passage at Willowdale Wharf and take a boat to Ecclesia. That might be possible.
So that's the plan?
It is pretty
I don't
close.
know.
I'm all right with taking a boat.
Direction.
Man. Oh yeah, what about our horses? Do we want to try to go back for them?
Shit!
Do we want to try to go back for them and ride them around here?
Do we have to go back through that goddamn cave to get to them horses?
I mean,
I
we
would
can try
prefer
going over
not.
top of the mountains.
Ugh.
Yeah, like
I
if you
would
guys look,
prefer not.
if you guys look east, so you can see it from up here, but just
Like,
between
this is like a
Dirkdale and
valley.
Bellius, yeah, there's what looks like a pass of some sort there,
Yeah,
forested
but
pass.
walking around that way and then riding them back would probably take a long time.
Depends how much you love your horses.
I mean, we could just get new horses.
You can't replace my moo.
But your horse was a cow?
It wasn't.
Technically,
My
a
horse
donkey,
was a donkey, actually.
You
but
rode
it had
donkey.
a black and white pattern.
Well, I guess we gotta go get him.
So I guess we're going over top the mountains and
What?
then riding them to
Listen, guys.
Willowdale Wharf.
As much as I wish I had my moo with me. If it's just for me, we don't have to do this.
Well, it'd probably be still faster than walking all the way to the wharf on foot.
I mean, are we going to be able to take him on the boat with us?
If we charter a big enough boat, possibly.
Do we have enough money for that?
No.
Savos, you seem to have a lot of money. But no, I mean, what?
Yeah, Salvus is
Got-
currently absorbed in a book right now, just not paying attention.
I mean, I still have. I don't know how much it's going to cost, but I still have 4,600 gold.
Yeah, I have
actually,
885 worth.
5,100, 5,169.
I have 155 gold, and that's it. I'm poor.
Just to get 100.
I have almost 1,000.
I mean, we could see if anyone is hiring sell swords, make some money.
Wouldn't be the first time we've done work for money
Yeah.
like that.
Notice.
I mean, we can probably find work in Willowdale Wharf.
Possibly. Well, Botar, you still have like ties to shipping routes. You should be able to get us passage pretty easily, right?
I can try to see if I can wheel and deal something. I don't know. That's where I got off my ship last with Grim. I don't know if I have a lot of friends there, but we can see what we can come up with.
We're headed to Willowdale Wharf.
Okay, but there's still the option. Are we going back for our horses, or are we gonna let them stay?
Let them be free.
I hope Blaze can take off his chariot by himself.
Well, someone will. I can tell you that. I'm sure your horses will find a nice new home, new companions. That will be okay.
I really hope so, because if not, someone I know is going to murder me.
Oh, I forgot about that. I mean, do we need to go back just to take care of that part for you?
I mean, it's fine. He doesn't need to know that I let a horse be free, but...
Well, I thought you... Don't you have your logo or something on the
Oh,
chariot?
no, we already confirmed that after talking to the ranger lady. What's her name?
Okay.
Yeah. I made sure to talk to her, and she said she wasn't able to identify it, which is both a blessing and a curse, I guess. Which it means we're not that famous around here yet.
Well, you're famous in my book, pal.
But no, I meant someone else that I know. He is very fond of horses, so he would not like that I left ones to die.
Oh, but they're not gonna die. Stop being so pessimistic.
It kind of comes with what's happened.
But I understand what happened in the mines was tough, but it's not always like that. Good things happen.
It doesn't seem enough, but you're right. Off to Willowdale. And he just starts marching on.
Oh, here's a weird one. And Gray follows.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Zun just kind of stays behind and casts a single glance back at Dirkdale before falling behind.
Savos, you guys kind of walk a little bit down the path, continuing on, before you notice that Savos isn't following. He's not with you. Eventually, you guys do turn around and see him just running with just loose pieces of paper flying all over the place. He's still clutching his books. And he walks up to everybody and he says, sorry, I was reading something. You didn't tell me you were leaving.
Were you not paying attention to our discussion? Come on, man.
Looks at you and he goes, huh? What? And then you can kind of see like he's kind of in his head, trying to process what he's been reading. And he goes, right. And he just, again, follows in tow. And he's just looking at the book in his hand. You guys walk down these long descending steps. And as you guys are descending, the air is getting less thin. So it's been kind of hard to breathe this high up. But at least the wind is somewhat is less effective on you guys as you guys are descending this long, winding slope downward on the north side of the Vestal Peaks. Eventually, you guys traverse for maybe about 45 minutes to an hour. And you guys start getting a lower glimpse of the ground below. It's coming up really fast, but you figure you have maybe another hour at most before you guys make it down. And these steps, which are at times naturally occurring, so they're almost like compacted ground. In some areas, stairs have been carved out. But there's always a path that winds with you, possibly for transport, to make things easier, and people to go up and down the mountainside. And after about another 45 minutes to an hour or so, you guys eventually make it down to the bottom. You guys are still slightly elevated, but you're now moving towards even ground. The bottom of Dirkdale, Vestal Peaks. And it's generally flatland all around you, but maybe around second. Yeah, I mean, off in the distance, you can kind of see that there are trees forming to the north. But generally all around you is small hills, flatlands, descending into flatlands, and what looks like a large lake just west. And you guys are going to head to Willowdale, you said?
Yeah.
I mean, that's, I guess, is what we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think anyone else has a better plan.
Yep. So you guys continue on westward, and it looks like there's it's not a deeply traversed path, but there is a path that brings you closer to the lake. Which you look at the map that you guys have, and it's the White Springs.
Oh, there he
is.
There it is.
I've returned.
And
So Savos just died.
Oh shit.
You sound very far away.
that was the most nice reaction. He's just like, oh shit.
Get that backup character
Can you
ready?
hear me now? Me?
Yep.
Wait, is Savos dead already?
Yeah,
No.
just random white dragon came out, swooped you in the air, and you're gone.
Oh, I just thought he fell off a cliff while we were walking down the hill.
Yeah. He tripped
Oh,
and fell
damn, I had
off.
plans for him.
Your cat's
It's
still
like-
alive,
Like I
though.
don't have 15 other backups.
Pumpkin's now my pet.
That's
God.
understandable.
Like a Looney Tunes thing where he's just reading a book and he's walking, and he walks past a mountain face, and he's still walking in the air. And then when he looks down, he's like, "Oh no!" and he just falls.
He doesn't start falling until he looks down and realizes.
Yeah. So you guys gather by where you guys are located currently, following along the White Springs. There is a kind of riverway or stream that continues northward towards what looks like Willowdale. It would probably take you about 7 days of travel to get there.
Oof.
If you guys follow this stream all the way north, and yeah,
Can we
about
cut
7
down
days of travel.
cut down trees and make canoes out of them?
Yes, you can if you would like.
That would probably
maybe-
take 7 days at least just to do that.
I
You
mean,
guys have
makeshift
carried it.
raft.
Why?
It's up to you guys if you want to do it.
I have to do something because
Fine.
food.
Well, that was short-lived. I have to go.
Oh,
Yeah.
He really
problem.
did die.
I'll be
and
back.
he's stuck
I'll be
back in
back
his book.
sometime tonight, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys do continue west towards White Springs. If you follow the brook or this riverway north, and cut across, yeah, it would be probably about 7 days travel. So,
Well, I mean, I've got the dome to set up, so just a matter of time before we get there, really.
Just a question though.
Hmm.
What are we gonna do about food?
I mean, we can survive off the land a bit. I mean, have we been playing this where we really need to keep track? Because I haven't.
Yeah, I haven't either. I mean, I bought all that food and I haven't really done anything with it.
yeah, if you guys want to settle down, I mean, as much as possible, but I don't think it's a penalty if you guys don't. I'll just assume you guys are going to stop over, try to hunt for food, or at least make some.
Okay. Yeah,
Probably during your rest.
Well, I will say, y'all won't have to worry about that if Alistair dies and I bring my cleric. Because he will start the day with casting Goodberry.
Yep. So it's up to you guys. But I'll say at this point, you guys are at the bottom now of the Vessel Peaks where Dirkdale once stood.
So have we made it to that white spring yet?
Yeah, so actually, as you guys are walking towards Willowdale, you guys are just kind of you see that like almost like the river juts out of the mountain near the base, and eventually forms this really, really large lake. And you guys are just kind of following along the edge of the lake, and it's very, very large. And it's almost, despite its name, it's actually not a spring. It's just a very, very large flowing lake. It's green in color, that's shimmering. But yeah, if you guys want, you guys can continue following that edge, and based on your map, probably follow the riverway north, or you guys can cross the White Springs and take the pass. It's up to you guys. The Littledale Pass.
I swear, my friend. How can you guys not hear me?
You're quiet again.
Not very well.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is the only other mic I have.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
But yeah, it's up to you guys which way you guys want to take.
Yeah, well, I'm echoing on your mic, Savos.
Fuck me. All right, I think I have one more mic littered around somewhere.
I already have my own echo to hear myself. I don't need to hear it from a third point of view.
I think we need to stick to this river here, right?
I
You
think
guys
that's
agree?
A good idea.
Like
Yeah.
the best
Yeah.
option.
Could help.
The easiest way of not getting
Probably
lost.
want to cross it first. Or try to find a place to cross it.
Yeah, I
Hey,
mean,
can you guys hear me now?
yes.
Yes.
I can hear you just fine.
And I don't hear an echo, so we're good.
Yay.
Woo!
Yeah, so Josh, we were just on Roll20, you could see the guys were thinking of, you guys just descended Dirkdale, and you guys are planning on following this White Springs. And you guys are saying you want to cross this river, right? Like, probably over here somewhere?
Okay. And what is our end goal for this?
It's the Willowdale Wharf, which from there we're going to take a boat all the way to Ecclesia, or close to it.
Alright.
Because that seems to be the quickest way to get to one of the points that we found on that sheet with all of our like birthplaces on it.
Alright, that works for me.
So I'll say, who's going to take charge of your travel so far?
I can.
I mean, who has
can
the
travel
best
in front.
survival? I feel like
Yeah, that's a good idea.
is that
I have a +2.
me too.
Same here.
Okay, then who cares?
I'm not so great at it.
Yeah, so I'll say make survival checks for whoever's going to lead the charge.
I will say Brotar, since he knows this place best.
That is a 16.
Nice. Anyone else going to roll? Or you're going to do it with advantage?
Do it.
I'll roll.
Oh,
Or-
another 16.
Savos game.
16? So two 16s? Okay. Yeah, between the both of you, you guys are just following this riverway. It is open land for the most part, other than this spring to the west, and you guys just continue forth. And actually, it is a very lush area. There's lots of grasslands, trees peppered along your path. And you guys spend around roughly. Second here. So yeah, it takes you guys. It'll take you guys a couple days to reach the riverway. It's all very far away. For the most part, you guys don't see anything come across your way immediately. I'll actually get you guys also to make perception checks.
Everyone?
Savos and Brotar.
Okay.
I guess since they're leading.
That's a fat 24.
Right. Wow.
Perception.
Yeah.
11.
Okay. So the two of you are just out in the front, kind of just deciding which direction to go. You're, looking at the map occasionally and just trying to orient yourselves towards what you deem to be Willowdale Wharf. And you do see, as you're walking, and at this point you can't see any sort of indication that you're nearing Willowdale Wharf, but you have a good feeling based on the geography and possibly hitting this riverway that you are going towards it. Brotar, probably, you guys are on this really thin path. It's probably no more than a carriage in width, so it's very off the beaten path. It's not a main road. You do see kind of figures walking towards you. Maybe it's very off the beaten, 500 feet or so, a couple hundred feet or so away from you guys, just walking in your direction.
There's something walking toward us. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it looks like almost like a group of people of some sort. Humanoids. They're walking on the same path as you.
So one question, Jay, is this the same day we got out of the mines?
Yeah, it would have been afternoon. And by the time you guys are traversing the riverway, you guys haven't made it quite there yet. So you guys are still kind of circling the lake. There is a path there, but there are people heading towards you, it seems, from what Brotar's seen. And at this point, it's, early evening, I'd say.
Do we all notice these people approaching us, or?
Just Brotar.
Okay.
Hey guys, see a group of folk over there. Not sure if they're friendly or what they
seem
are.
to be taking weapons of any kind.
How many of them do you see?
I'm not sure I quite can make it out. I just see a group. There's at least, a couple.
Well,
I throw Mask of Many Faces and I make myself look human.
Okay.
Wearing nice clothes.
How far away did you say they were?
At this point, probably, like 3 to 500 feet.
Is it
They're quite a ways away, but you could see them kind of cresting.
Can we tell if they can see us?
You don't know. You'd assume if you could see them, but you also have it's getting darker, so the sun is just setting a little bit. So it's still visible.
And I say we keep walking. If they might just be regular folks, just walking around. There's no need to be scared yet.
Yeah.
Can I look out and try to see how many there are?
Yeah, sure. I'll say make a perception check. So all of you eventually do start seeing them crest over a little bit.
Ah, fuck!
There's one.
But at this point, you just see a moving blob at this point, basically.
You stare into the sun.
Yeah.
You blink and forget to open your eyes.
Yeah. Your eyes are closed.
What? Wait, why do I only see darkness? What the fuck?
Open your eyes, Lester. Open your eyes.
Oh. Okay.
I just want to say that Fabi's like, they might not be threatening. We shouldn't just, get up in arms.
Yeah.
Says the guy who shot Scuttle.
The guy who what?
All right.
Who, attacked Scuttle immediately.
Zundus is going to pull his hood up a little bit.
Yeah, they're approaching, and you guys are walking, and at this point, it goes from about 500 feet down to 400, 300. You guys just keep your head down and continue walking. And eventually, you do see there's about 6 people. And they're approaching. They're all hooded figures, and they're all walking in kind of 2 rows, 3 on each side. And they eventually do approach you, and you guys are like just about to pass each other when they just stop. Probably about 10 to 15 feet away.
My hand immediately slowly rests on the handle of my long sword.
Howdy.
Anyone else going to do it?
I'll just wave to them, just politely wave.
Okay.
Alright. Family has just left. I will now be uninterrupted.
There you go.
Woo!
So just go ahead and cast Fireball.
What?
Yeah, so
He's trying to get you to kill innocent people, possibly.
So I'll just put a slight marching order here, but basically, it would be, I believe we said Protar and Savos in the front, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But where are the rest of you guys?
I guess
Put the
as
bard
we
in
would
the
get
middle.
closer to the people, I would be like behind them too.
Okay. And everyone's staying the same here?
Yeah.
Roughly? I mean, it doesn't have to be like perfect. Just we're stuck in grids,
okay.
but...
There.
Okay. So you guys are
Actually,
kind of mirroring...
Sorry.
Yeah. Where did you want to move?
I'm just saying I can't actually move it.
Oh, sorry. Give me a second.
That's okay.
Because Zundus is actually an NPC.
Yeah.
There
we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll just lower my hand down onto my gun, but not pull it out or anything.
Okay. Are you guys going to be... Okay. Actually, I'll just say... So as you guys all motion... Kind of,
I'm waving to them friendly. Just trying to...
You're waving to them friendly. You're not being threatening.
I'm being friendly as well.
A couple of your members are, of course, just being a little cautious and weary.
I mean, we're just jaded D&D players, so we assume everyone wants to kill us, right?
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, so do I, but you try to be nice up front.
I'm a drow, so being cautious is kind of part of my nature.
They walk up to you eventually. Takes them a while, but they don't notice that you've got your hands on your weapons or anything. But as they do approach closer and you guys are about to pass each other, they do wave back to you, Alistair, before you guys get close enough. And eventually, as you guys are pretty much face to face at this point, about to walk by each other, one of the figures lowers the hood. And you see a tiefling. It is a blue tiefling. And his horns kind of just jut forward, almost like a rhinoceros, like except 2 of them, kind of curve upward. With very, very strong red eyes. Walks up to you and makes almost like a, like a "You Are My Sunshine" motion. You know the song? Like they just kind of like make a semicircle with his hands.
Okay.
Walks up to you and says, "There's no need for that, travelers. We're just passing through."
I drop my Mask of Many Faces.
Yeah, we're just being careful since we just got through a tough fight in the past few days. But we mean no harm.
There are many dangers in these lands lately. Where do you hail from, and where are you off to?
Well, we just recently came from Dirkdale, doing some business there, and we're on our way to Willowdale Wharf.
Very well. We did hear some strange noises as we traversed through the riverways and through the forests. I would be very cautious in that area, if possible.
All right. Thank you for the
What?
advice.
What sort of weird noises?
Well, it was hard to tell if it was just the creatures native to the woods or something greater, but we have had our notion that things have gotten a little tumultuous around the area. We were actually coming from Willowdale ourselves, Willowdale Wharf. I've been on the road for quite some time.
Well,
I'm
where
sorry, what's
might-
your name?
My name is Ulthin.
That's very nice to meet you. I'm
Well,
Gray.
Great.
The name's Alistair Tailweaver. Sorry for the late introduction.
Problem.
Rotar, and I'll just tip my hat.
Kind of look over at Savos and Zundis, and at this point, the rest of them have kind of lowered their hoods as well, and you see that there are kind of mishmash of different races, but about three of them are tieflings. One of them is a half-orc, and the other two are human.
Zundus does not remove his mask or his hood, but says in a muffled tone, Zundus.
Savos, while staring off mindlessly into space, just says, Savos, nice to meet you.
The pleasure is ours. Well, we're just on our way to the Shrine of Kolga. Just a little bit north. And he kind of motions like northwest or northeast. And he says, and well, was there anything that you guys noticed along the way that we should watch out for?
You don't plan going into the mountains, right?
No, we would be heading through the woods north.
Okay. 'Cause, yeah, don't go in there. There's a fucking Hydra in there.
They kind of just start whispering and murmuring amongst each other. And they kind of look a little bit shocked. And they're like, well, I guess we'll have to leave it to Kolga to protect us should that happen.
Well, it looked like it was deep in. It shouldn't, break out of the mountain, but just if you plan on going through the caves at any point, just know that there's crazy shit in there.
Nods to you.
Not trying to be super obvious about it. When he mentions Volga, Zundus kind of scoffs.
He kind of looks at you with he doesn't react to it too much. Ulthin doesn't, but the rest of them are kind of looking at Ulthin kind of to say something, and you see a moment where Ulthin just sits and says, well, thank you for that bit of advice, Alistair. We'll be on our way. Be safe when traversing these woods, and may Kolga shine upon you.
Alright, you too.
You as well.
They all kind of put their hoods up, walk by you, and continue walking. along the way, Olthin puts his hand on your shoulder, Zundus, and he says, "Especially you, my friend. You should be careful out there."
I appreciate your kindness, but save your prayers for one who wants them.
Understood.
God damn, you
Just-
cold son bitch.
Did you actually say that in character?
I think I did.
You may not know me very well, Proton, but there's one thing that I can tell you. The gods are best. You're best just avoiding their attention at all.
So what you're saying is Zundus is pretty much exactly the opposite of Faustus.
Oh yeah.
Okay, just checking.
He's not an atheist. It would be very hard to be an atheist in this world, but he does not like
but yeah, similar to what Alistair is like. He doesn't care about people who practice, but the gods themselves, he has a bone to pick with.
I can't say as if I disagree with either of you.
But I have no problems with the faithful. They tend to just they have their ways of doing things, and that's fine.
I agree.
That's what you don't know about.
So,
I'll leave it at that.
who's ready to see a monster in the woods?
Yeah, about that. If we're going to take that chance, I would propose maybe a short rest, because I'm pretty tapped out.
Well, it's
Okay.
already getting late.
Yeah, at this point it's nighttime.
Well, didn't you say it'd been like 5 or 6 days? Like we would have taken a long rest by now, right?
Well, we're not there. We just started.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I
yeah,
misunderstood.
so it's the same day. It's still the 6th day. You guys spent the afternoon kind of up in Dirkdale and spent a couple hours heading down to the base. And yeah, I think you guys pushed maybe another couple of hours or so. Half a day's travel, I'd say. Yeah, so if you guys push on any further, you guys would probably start suffering exhaustion. So it's up to you guys.
Yeah, I would prefer not to suffer
we can,
exhaustion.
yeah, we can just bed down.
Had a long day. Very long day.
Yeah.
Hey, but at least we're not inside the cave anymore. So, silver linings.
Yep. And I'll spend a spell slot to cast Liamon's Tiny Hut in a minute, since I can. We have an opaque blue dome.
Yeah, so, as the night's starting to descend, the sun disappears. And you guys just continue walking for a little bit, and you find a little kind of cove or cavern. Sorry, not cavern, but a little safer grounds to set up your dome in.
Yeah. Some with,
eventually you do.
like, harder ground.
Yeah, you do find a small area that actually has an elevated platform. And you guys just kind of go up on this little hill and set up the dome there. And you guys have it's not a mountain summit view, but you guys can have a little bit of an elevated view of the area where you can actually see now that, yeah, maybe about a couple days travel, you could see a big lake off to the west. So everybody, who's going to take watches for the evening?
I can take the first one.
I'll take second.
I'll take last.
So the first two make perception checks.
First two watches? Or?
Just for the first watch.
I guess I'll take first watch with Gray.
Yeah, you guys are distracted a little bit. You guys had a little moment. This is the first really quiet moment that you guys have had.
There we go.
Where it wasn't, friends dying or in a hot, humid mine or in a reflecting on your friend's hometown. This is the first real quiet night. And you guys think for a moment on all the things that has gone on in the last month and a bit, all the events at Oldwin. You guys even have a few moments where you think about your bar, the horses, pretty much all the history and all the good and bad times that you guys have had with Faustus. Your watch eventually comes to a close, unless there's something else you guys wanted to do.
No.
I just while we're watching, I reach into my bag and I pull a bottle of whiskey. I open and I take a swig, and I offer it to Alistair.
He'll take a swig. Say thanks. Hand it back.
I don't think I've said that, but I'm sorry about your friend. What happened at the range was rough. I didn't mean to. I don't know what happened with my patron. I don't know why changed him. Didn't do that to me.
I think it's more to do with his father than anything. Or his patron. I don't know. There's a lot I don't know about his past or what happened. And to be honest, it will probably happen anyway we brought him back. So I don't really blame you for what happened. Hell, I tried something stupid and it would have probably ended up even worse.
I mean, it's...
Remember that song I was playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that we found in a mansion that it was written by a devil, and I was using that to try to summon him.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, that was you were grieving. Wow.
I mean, I was in the best headspace. That, and I think I could convince him better than some old fart who got tricked by him before.
Gray takes a very long swig of the whiskey. Wow.
I mean,
yeah.
my silver tongue hasn't let me down much. Just, it wasn't fast enough to save him, though.
Yeah, it's amazing how one moment you're here and the next is just gone.
It's just, the words for the spell that would have saved his life were on my lips. And then that blasted cold.
Yeah, we can't really account for what our enemies are gonna do in a battle. It was a tragedy, but it wasn't your fault. You know that, right?
Yeah, it's just, again, I was this close to being able to save him.
You can't let that eat you up like that. Like I made mistakes in the fight. If I had just stayed next to the barbarian and finish her off.
Like I
It
said, it's
happened.
no one's fault.
Yeah,
Fighting is chaotic.
it really is. Gray offers the bottle back to Alistair.
He'll take another sip, pass it back, and say, "It might be time to wake up the second shift. But
Yeah,
thanks for talking to me."
anytime, brother.
And I just pass out.
Who's going to take the next watch?
Not me.
I can.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
That's cool.
So, Zundus and Brotar.
Yeah. Go ahead and make perception checks, both of you.
19?
18.
18. Wow, okay. Yeah, so you guys have, Brotar, you've had a moment to already process it. You're clear with your decision, so you weren't as distracted as your friends were, or at least one of your friends were during his watch. But with the perception rolls you guys made, you guys hear a lot of noise, almost like, at a certain point in the evening, the whole area comes alive, and you even see some creatures pass your way as you guys are just taking it easy and looking out. The night does start to get colder in the process, but you guys don't seem to see anything other than a few animals come by your direction.
I don't know if I'm ever going to get used to how beautiful the surface world is.
It is pretty nice, ain't it?
So much different from where I grew up.
Guess you kind of take it for granted when you're up here all day, every day.
Can't really look at it very much, but even the sun itself is beautiful. Even if it does hurt my eyes.
I mean, when it's in the dark like this, though, you can take that mask off, right?
Yeah, I should have mentioned he's not actually wearing it right now. Since
Oh,
he
okay.
takes it off and back, especially for inside.
I feel like this is a Darth Vader conversation.
Sorry.
Yeah, you just hear in the background like something.
The mask
So-
is. Oh, sorry.
No, is there anything else? Yeah, continue on. Actually.
The mask is to help me see as well as to hide my identity. Primary the lighter, I suppose. I'm not awfully fond of being a dark elf.
Well, I mean, it can be a bitch, right? To be different. I think we've all kind of felt that at some point in our life.
If you knew anything about my people, you would probably understand why I take pains to hide who I am.
I mean, I can understand completely. My daddy was a human and my mama was a orc, and they were not likely. I mean, they didn't have many friends. I'll just leave it at that.
Yes, I suppose you probably do understand somewhat. Especially to go with the others.
Yeah, I'm tired.
So you guys go ahead and wake up Savos, who's
Yeah.
Still in his head a little bit.
And this is where he kills us all.
Mm.
I will cast Fireball inside the dome.
I mean, you would hit yourself too, but
I am aware.
Yes, I must make a perception check.
Perception. Hold on. I have to wait for my computer to load really quick.
We're gonna get murdered.
Fucking 7.
you're still nose deep in that book.
Yeah, you're still nose deep in the book. And remind me again, what was the book that you're reading that was to give you a little bit of more overhead?
So it's either the Book of Forgotten Religions to get
Yes,
information about out of 3, or that one book on soul shards.
Okay. It's up to you which one you want to do, but I'll say that at this point,
the
since
Book
you're
of
giving
Forgotten
it.
Religions.
Okay. Make a religion check.
Yay. Religion. I have a +6 in that. Please don't give me a shitty roll.
And
Yay! Shitty roll.
I'll say also make just a general intelligence check as well.
Oh boy, I wonder what I can roll for this. It's gonna show up. Oh. What the hell? I rolled a 1. I got a 4.
4? Okay. As you're reading through this book, it seems very much like a textbook. It's not overly detailed. There's no. You might even feel like it's a little bit revisionist in the way it's written. Things are, spoken about very much like very vanilla, very plain. Nothing stands out to you that mentions Althrian or anything like that. It does mention a few others as you're reading, specifically how in the region gods like Pelor would probably dominate. Mostly Pelor, Bahamut are spoken about in the book. Anything else you want to do before your watch comes to a close?
Nope.
So, the sun is starting to rise, and you actually don't notice it, Savos. You just kind of buried your head in the book. But eventually it is the morning. It's the 8th. It's the 7th of Tentrabin. So everybody get their spell slots, etc. back. Heal up.
woo.
So at this point, you guys are still probably a couple days travel from the riverway. The riverway on the map.
While
2
we're
days.
walking,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just out of the blue ask Brotar, hey, you've been to Willowdale before, right? What's it like there?
Oh, it's a pretty small, just port town, really. I mean, I don't think there was much there other than I think it's just kind of the main way to get to this side of the continent, from the ocean, that is. I don't know. Would I remember much, Jay, about what it's like other than that? I don't remember. Is it a big town?
Because you guys would have kind of ported down, you and Grim, around that area. I believe that was the area. You guys came from Willowdale Wharf.
I think that's where we left the boat.
Huge place. Yeah, it's not a huge place. Still big by port standards, I guess. Maybe half the size of Oldwin. And Olden's fairly large, but it's not like a mega city of any sort. It's like 5,000 people, so there's probably about a couple thousand people that live there. Yeah, mostly they're a cargo town, so they just bring in the goods.
I would just relay that, I guess. It's
Yeah.
actually kind of what I said.
Yeah.
I mean, are you looking for something in particular, or you just kind of curious?
Just curious about what's there.
Just ship work, dock workers, and freight moving in and out. That's about all I know of.
I suppose there's something there to be able to use to communicate with the rest of the world to you, like a letter of some kind.
Communicate with who?
I have someone back home, and I need to let her know I'm okay. I don't remember how I got here, but frankly, I very barely know where I am other than I'm not home.
Well, getting a note to where you wanted to go most likely will be difficult. But I do have this, and he pulls out the amulet of articulation. And he'll toss it to you.
Is that a sending stone?
Kind of. If you know of the sending spell, it lets you use that twice and it recharges every dawn.
Out of context, I'm not sure if you would know how to do that, would he?
I mean, it's a non-attunement magic item, so...
Yeah, I can give it a try.
Yep, you don't have to look into it. So,
Yeah, I'll just slip it on.
you slip it on, and actually, Alistair, you notice that as he slips it on, the color of the necklace changes. It kind of turns into a very, very muted gray/black color. Then it does begin to glow, and you get the sense, Habitual there, sorry.
That's okay.
Zundis, that you do get the energy from this this necklace.
So that's happened before whenever I gave it to someone else, it changed color?
It did change color, but not black. Actually, no, sorry. It hasn't changed color to anyone else you've given it, but for some reason to him it does.
That's a little peculiar.
I don't really know how this works.
In fairness, I don't know much about it. I've just been using it, but I've never seen it change color before.
Would I know anything about it or why it changed color?
If you want, you and Alistair could actually make Arcana checks, yes.
Come on, gnomes, help me out.
A fucking natural one. Oh my god, the dice are not on my side.
Yeah, the
Into
dice are not
dice
on the
jail
side
you go.
I rolled a 20.
Yeah. So from what you guys would know between you, so every time you put it on Alistair or giving it to anybody, it just maintains its kind of reddish gem color. For some reason, this one turns a little darker. You suspect that possibly his drow background may have something to do with it, but that's kind of the best lead you can discern.
Well, I could guess that.
Yeah.
It's probably because you're a drow, but well, it'd be too hard to test that. It would require a long trek in a completely opposite direction.
Opposite
My
direction.
God, the dice hate me.
Towards Dragonscar. That's where the menagerie was going, right?
Yeah. They
Okay.
seem to be heading southeast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your friends.
Well, no, that friend is a human, but I have other friends who are also going that way, and one of them is how I know about you all. And he just kind of points you up and down.
The drow that you mentioned.
Yes. And a Dwargar, too.
Haven't had one of those in a long time. Well, I suppose it's worth trying out.
Well, see if it works. I don't know.
I'll say, Olma, it's on this. I'm safe. I don't know where I am, but I've escaped captivity.
You wait a few moments, and actually it starts taking a little longer. You're getting a little bit impatient, thinking to yourself, maybe this doesn't work. But after a few moments, you do hear a response saying, "What? I've sent a search party out for you. It's been some time. Glad to hear you're okay."
He kind of looks at Alistair questioningly to see if it's okay to use the second charge.
He just says, "Go ahead." Even though it would probably have been smarter to do this last night if we were going to do it.
Yeah, but you didn't know about it, so.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's what Alistair says, but
Yeah.
he still says, "Go on."
I'm not in Codasphere. I'm not sure where I am, but I'm with friends. Try to get home. I'm not sure if that was 25 characters or not.
It's 25
It's
words.
25 words, not characters.
Yeah. So you should still finish. You
That's a
wait a
very
few
short
moments. You wait a few moments, and you hear a response that says, "Well, from what I understand, we last heard of you still here, but you say you're not in Codosphere, and you're certain of it. Perhaps Galberis or Ischia. I'll find you," she said.
Kind of clasps his fingers around it and then sort of nods and then hands it back to Alistair after picking it off.
Alright. I'll put it back on. Look to see if it changed color again or if he stained it.
Yeah, it changes back to its red color as soon as you put it on.
Thank you.
So, in your world, drow are on another plane of existence?
No. Joe, if you want to explain, it's up to you.
I don't know. I was going off normal drow lore from Faerun.
Yeah, they're relatively the same. Just geographic difference.
If he asks me, I'll say it like in character, but leave some mysteries.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that he would know probably at least where they would come from, just given Alistair's background.
Yeah. Okay. So east, for the most part, they Codosphere, the eastern continent, east of Galberis or west, whatever. Basically, in the world map, it's to the east.
Okay.
It's a mostly elven population there for the most part, except for the west, which is Empire and human. But there is a place called the Twilight Expanse that pretty much all the drow have gone, which would be kind of like the Underdark.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just the Underdark more or less just exists in Codosphere.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not like where the Underdark is like, can be interconnected throughout the land. This one is almost like just a massive isolated pocket. And if there is any kind of tunnel areas or veins, subterranean areas, they are not big. But the main majority of the civilization lives in the Twilight Expanse.
Okay.
Around south of Valinor on the map, probably.
Okay. So basically, they just have their own underground version of the Kryn dynasty.
Yeah,
what I kinda
essentially.
hear.
Yeah,
Okay.
essentially.
Okay. Because I was thinking maybe because other plain bullshit. I thought for a second Codosphere is what you call like one of those weird spheres of power or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember the lore.
It's okay.
I mean, I'm a lore bard, for fuck's sake. I should remember it.
Yeah, so you can always ask me. And eventually, like, I got Fabi to test out the wiki, so eventually we could just slowly all of us populate.
Yeah.
And then you'll definitely know more about
Okay.
what the labeling is of all these concepts, right?
Okay.
But
Because my thought was maybe since in your world, Drow came from another plane, that's why it fucked with the thing.
yeah, no, it just seemed to react to Zundis specifically, and then as soon as you put it on, it kind of just resumed itself.
Out of
Okay.
suspicion, why?
So, but yeah, Alistair just thinks you're a normal Drow, so which, in fairness, he doesn't know a lot.
Yeah.
He just vaguely knows. Okay, he knows the basics, so I'm more or less just gonna run with my Faerun lore, and anything that's different is just gonna be his faulty memory.
Yep, no problem. Yeah. So, does anyone else want to do anything at this point? So it's early morning. You guys are hearing the birds chirp. Maybe just a couple of days away from the actual river, but you guys are near a lake.
Bertrand's gonna get naked and jump in the lake.
Well, remember what happened last time we did this?
He doesn't hear you because he's already running and jumping in the lake.
Which, by the way, I turn to Gray and Sundis and say, by the way, we found dead bodies in the bottom of the last lake we jumped into naked.
So you're hoping to find bodies?
I mean, I would hope not. I mean, this one isn't.
That's right.
Every lake we come by can't have dead bodies in it.
So dead bodies and Hydra.
That sounds like a weird motivational speech. Like
I mean,
motivational quote.
I mean, Brotar has a point, and then I'm just gonna follow Brotar's lead.
Splash.
All right, fine. And now you see Alistair undressing.
I'm just gonna stay right here.
A bunch of naked dudes jumping in the lake.
Yeah.
Skinny dipping.
Sundus just sits by the shore.
Sounds like a normal Tuesday.
Yep.
Fucking new guys, they don't give a shit.
So yeah, all of you guys jump in the lake with the exception of Zundis and Gray.
Gray, I suggest you come with us, and I'm casting suggestion on you.
Uh-oh.
Okay, make a save. Gray, I believe it's wisdom.
Is there wisdom?
I do believe where's suggestion? Here it is. Yeah, wisdom saving
wisdom.
throw.
Okay. There you go.
That is a
It's
fail.
a fail.
You know what? I think I'm gonna
You're-
go into the lake.
Idea sounds refreshing to you, and despite the fact that that it's a nice day and you guys are off the summit, it is still very, very warm today. And you know what? Think to yourself that it's a great idea.
So as Gray undresses, you can see that there is a scar over his heart.
Oh.
This does take note, but doesn't say anything.
Now I feel like an asshole.
What?
By the time, I think after seeing that, Alistair would have dropped concentration, so you're free.
Do you still want to?
Gray doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything. He just goes into the lake.
So you guys go for a little early morning dip. The waters
I will go
are
searching for corpses.
searching for corpses. Got it. Are you gonna just kind of look down from the surface, or are you gonna swim down and kind of look at it deeper?
I'm gonna swim down at least 20 feet and go back up looking for corpses.
So it's kind of like a gradual bowl. So you just see the guys kind of in the shoreline taking a light dip. You keep swimming further and further in. Go ahead and make an investigation check. And I believe you're gonna change forms. Or are you
when
guys
I
gonna just
redid my
dip?
spell slot, I got rid of alter self.
Oh, okay. So you're just gonna go for a regular dip?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Shouldn't be an issue. You swim down to the bottom, and you don't see much by way of corpses. Doesn't seem like there's corpses beneath this river or this lake. And actually, there's times when you're kind of like swimming down there and you're kicking up a little bit of silt, and the visibility goes a little bit lower, and then you see a couple of fish just kind of swim by and move away from you. You pop back up on the surface. Didn't seem to find anything down there.
Savos, looking visibly disappointed, is gonna say, "There's no corpses in this lake."
I mean, are you sure? And I'm gonna cast minor illusion and just put like a corpse down at the bottom.
I'll say make a deception check for me.
15.
Savos, make a insight check for me.
Yes.
10. Oh my god.
So you do a little bit of a double take, and you're like, was there? Maybe I just didn't notice it because I was kicking up silt, and you look down, and there's a corpse there.
God damn it.
Fuck yeah, there's a corpse!
And I just turn over to Brotar and just put up a whisper sign.
2 for 2. We're 2 for 2 on dead bodies here, huh?
I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to make it look like corpse is crying.
I mean, does Brotar realize it's not really there?
I'll say make
Alistair
make an
was trying to
intelligence
clue you in by just shushing you, but
Yeah, that's what I'm
I'll
saying.
say
I
make
don't know
a-
if I'm smart enough.
Make an intelligence check, but make it with advantage because Alistair's kind of giving you a hint.
Okay, well, the first one was a 17. And the second one is it's a 6. But yeah, 17.
Yeah, so it takes you a moment. Like, you're kind of like, what is going on? I don't know. I just see a corpse and I have no idea what any of this means. But then you eventually piece it together and you're like, oh, he's signaling to you that it's not
Okay.
that he made it.
I wiggle my fingers.
I'll just wink
The
at him.
universal hand sign for magic.
I'll just give you a wink to let you know that I understand what the hell's going on.
While they're doing this, Zundus is kind of sitting up on the shore, and they're not really looking at him. He's sort of like holding the scimitar handle and sort of looking it over in his hands.
Okay. Is anyone else going to do anything at this point?
Celebrate that we're 2 for 2.
Oh, I thought you were going down to check it.
Yeah, I am. But before I go down to check it, I'm gonna celebrate that we're 2 for 2. Or would I know? I would have to go down to check it first to know it's.
Yeah, like you'd have
You
to.
failed
You'd have to.
Check.
All right. Before I hop down, I'm going to sharply inhale. Okay, so maybe you have a point, and then dip back down.
Okay. So you dip back down into the lake, and you're going to swim towards the corpse.
Yeah.
You eventually walk up to it, and you're going to attempt to touch the corpse, or you're just going to look at it from a distance?
I'm gonna poke it with a dagger.
Okay.
Before he does that, can I
Yeah.
can I use thaumaturgy to make it sound like the corpse starts screaming?
Okay. About partway through, as you're about to stab your dagger, the corpse just lets out this billowing wail that just catches you off guard. It kind of spooks you a little bit.
It doesn't move at all, but
It doesn't move at all.
Because it's just a static image is all I can do.
Yeah. So I'll say, what's your wisdom, Savos?
My wisdom is 15.
15? Okay. Roll an intimidation check, Grim. Or Gray. Sorry.
Okay.
Farted on your old names. Yeah, roll intimidation check. 23. Wow. As far as you're concerned, Savos, that thing is screaming at you, and it's not moving, but it's screaming.
I'm going to swim out of there as fast as I can, run onto shore, and just throw my pants on and start booking it away from that lake.
So Benny Hill style, with Benny Hill music, you just see Savos just swimming directly to shore and puts his pants back on and sits right beside you, Sunday.
Not fucking with that.
Alistair is just bursting out laughing.
He quick tries to put the scimitar handle away before he sees it.
Yeah, you have enough time to do this.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing I was trying to do when I convinced you to come in here. I didn't mean to make you do something you didn't want to.
It's fine. It's fine. I don't know. Don't worry about it. But you should probably save your spells, your big spells for, when you actually need it.
I mean, it's a mid-tier spell that I can cast.
Yeah, I forget that not everyone is like me who can just cast a couple of spells per day.
I needed a laugh like that.
Well, yeah, some of us can't cast spells at all, or one of us.
I mean, at least you have those fancy guns.
We haven't had a whole lot to laugh about recently, so that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm going to mage hand bitch slap Alistair. And then move to Gray. Move mage hand to Gray, bitch slap him too.
Okay. Are you guys just going to take these hits, or do you want Savos needs to make a roll? What are you guys thinking?
I am
Or are you
going to
gonna do
throw the dead.
Oh,
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
like
okay.
half my hit points. 1d8, that's half my health.
No, I'll let it. I'll let it happen.
I was thinking maybe Vicious Mockery, but nah, that's a little rude.
Yeah, that's gonna kill the wizard.
I mean, I could do up to 8 damage with it.
Again, it's gonna kill the wizard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He's used to getting that kind of treatment from his pranks.
As I'm just kind of confused watching all of this.
What's your strength, Savos?
8.
8? Okay, so yeah, you do 0 damage with your hit.
I don't think you're supposed to be able to...
You'd probably get hurt by doing that,
5
right?
pounds of force with a mage hand.
Yeah, I'll also say consider it just, unexpected unarmed strike, but because he has no strength, it just wouldn't do anything anyways.
Oh,
so it stings.
You wait until I get my mage hand on steroids.
Well, that's in another 4 levels, so I'm yourself, Big B.
Like, it's almost like the way it felt is almost like if someone just brushed your face with their hands. So it wasn't even like a slap so much as it was just kind of a graze.
He still understands the intent. Because even something that doesn't do a point of damage, it can still hurt.
The intent is what they...
Yeah. I mean, a point of damage is serious damage.
Psychic damage.
What?
What?
What is this about psychic damage?
I can deal psychic damage with my fist.
I mean, I can do it with my mouth, so...
Okay, you might want to rephrase that.
What? I mean, I can do psychic damage with my mouth.
Okay.
And on that note, Brotar gets out of the lake.
Alistair goes up about 5 feet in between, 5 feet away from Gray and Faustus, and he just thunderclaps and splashing them.
Faustus?
Faustus is dead, bro.
Was that thunderclaps a cantrip, right?
Yeah. I do 6 thunder damage to the water around me, splashing them with it.
Okay, it just explodes out, kind of like a little wave. It does create ripples, but it also hits you and gets you guys wet a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're still in the water.
Water. Unless you're talking about the shore.
Yeah, I get out of the
My
water
mom
as
just
well.
stole my M&Ms.
Okay.
Well, that's rude.
It's the worst.
Damn, she stole the peanut ones.
Those are even better, man. I don't like the milk chocolate ones. The peanut ones are the ones you don't want to lose.
I prefer
the best though.
Yeah.
So much better than the regular Reese's cup.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you guys want to do at this point? You guys are taking your light dip in the water.
Alistair just casts a ray of frost out into the air to cause the winds of Stygia just to freeze all the water off, and he just shakes it off.
Okay.
I'm gonna prestidigitation, dry myself and everybody else off.
Okay. Yeah, it takes a little while.
Thank you, Salas.
But you do clean everyone else slowly. And you guys gear back up, ready to take on the road. Still got a couple of days travel towards the river. Who's gonna take charge of this expedition?
Well, I have no idea where they are.
I guess.
I mean, I can keep. I've been there. I can kind of keep taking us there, I guess.
Yeah.
So
I guess me and Brotar can lead the day, I guess.
Okay, go ahead and make survival checks and perception checks.
That's an 18 survival.
Survival with advantage because you guys have the map.
Good thing.
I still barely know anything.
Yeah, barely.
That's
Two
18s on survival.
Crazy.
And then perception,
Crazy.
you said?
Yeah,
10.
and perception checks as well.
Why don't we
18,
sell coffee by the
18.
crate?
That's it. 24 perception.
24, got it. So you guys, follow the map as best as you can. You know, there's times when you guys are just kind of doing that map thing where you're turning it like upside down. Is this thing the right way? But then you're like, okay, I think we're facing the correct way. Brotar
left at that tree.
yeah. Brotar's familiar with, any bodies of water, and he's like, no, this is over here is the lake's edge, and we got to keep following in this direction. And you guys all follow along. Eventually, after about a full day's travel, I'd say, you spend the majority of the day, so around early evening time, you guys are continuing on, and you guys managed to make it progress yourselves a day towards your destination with no incident. Because Brotar, you're just following the path, and it seems to be making sense for the most part. Not encountering anything. Sometimes the paths disappear, but then you quickly find another path that continues on. So it's a little strange that there's, you could tell that though people travel here, it's not, maybe hasn't been used too often, as people haven't really had a reason much to go to Dirkdale. But after a full day's travel, you guys traverse about 8 hours. So it's around late afternoon-ish, I would say at this point. Early evening, late afternoon, so maybe 3 or 4 p.m. Do you guys want to press on or just kind of hunker down?
Press on.
I guess. Well, it's getting late. We can press on for a little bit, but we should start looking for a place to bed down.
It's 4 o'clock. Are you 90? You can make us a house in a minute.
I thought it was like getting to night. I thought was what he was saying.
Oh, it's like early evening, so it's probably like, around 3 or 4 p.m.
Oh.
It's, late afternoon, early evening, so it's nearing like 5-ish. But it's still sunny outside.
Oh, okay.
You guys have traveled the full 8 hours, though. I'd say you guys got up around 7 in the morning. Give or take a couple hours. So if you guys do press on, you will start suffering exhaustion because you guys are on foot. So
Still relatively close to
relatively close to
the water, the lake.
Yeah, you guys have maintained kind of going the edge of the lake the whole time.
Just wondering.
It's just at times there's obstruction, at times there's no path. You guys have had to curve around certain areas, but yeah, for the most part, you made it and are once again near the lake. This time on the other side of it, kind of closer to the northern edge.
Probably for the night, I'm gonna head off on my own and go bathe.
Okay.
That's all right with you, Mom.
Yeah, that's fine.
So Zundas will head down to the shoreline and try to find somewhere secluded and then start stripping down.
Okay. So the rest of the guys, I guess, are just kind of setting up camp.
Yeah.
Yep, so the rest of you guys just see Zundis. He asks for permission, but he doesn't leave. Go off on his own. Disappears for a bit.
Yeah, Gray and Brotar just see Alistair thinking really heavily about something.
Keeping Tom.
What's going on?
Well, I mean, Zundis wasn't part of our fun earlier today. It shouldn't be fair to leave him out.
Oh, I love the way your mind works. And then I'm gonna go looking for Zundas.
I think he's just he
Okay.
has a bit of a hard time fitting in.
Meh.
And whose problem is that? Sure as
Oh.
fuck not mine.
I mean, it's one of the best ways to get to know someone is to prank them.
Okay, what do you have in mind?
I don't is the problem.
I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation on both Alistair and Gray and make it feel like they pissed themselves.
Don't.
And I'm just
think
gonna
you
say,
can do that.
I can't.
I don't think it could.
Let me see.
Well, you can make it soil, so you could like soil our pants, I guess.
He can make it smell like we.
Yeah, you can make it stink, snuff a
think
candle or
you can
torch.
dirty.
Yeah, you can
one
dirty.
somewhere.
Yeah,
So you could dirty our
a
pants, I
cubbyhole.
guess.
Well,
Or
I'm
you
not
can
that
make a-
fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, if I can't make it feel like they pissed themselves, then I'll make it smell like they pissed themselves. I guess.
Yeah. So you guys are all kind of looking at each other now as. Are you going to do it like stealthily, I guess? You're going to try to hide it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Roll a
I
sleight of
mean-
hand check.
Oh yeah, -1.
So 11. Yeah, I think a lot of you guys have
My
a higher
passive perception is high.
So-
Mine is not.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, so you guys are looking, setting up camp. Somewhere along the way, a few of you notice that Savos is kind of just waving his hand, and suddenly it smells like urine.
but he's going to be naked, Savos. That's not going to work.
Fuck, you're right. I can use Prestidigitation to make minor sounds, right?
Yeah, I have minor illusion that can do the same thing.
You
Or
Like I
already
can
have
make it sound
thaumaturgy.
like a bear was roaring.
Not
can I
that
not do that?
bad. That's not that loud.
Can
Yeah.
I do that with
Alright.
thaumaturgy?
You can enhance a sound with thaumaturgy.
So if you can make a bear sound,
Yeah,
You can make
I'll
it
say
sound
if you can make a bear sound, 100% it'll sound like a bear.
minor
Yeah,
illusion can like create a voice or a lion's roar or a beating drum.
Yeah.
So minor illusion can make a sound like that. And it can its volume can range from a whisper to a scream. I don't know. I want more mindfuck rather than just scare.
Well, what can we do to mindfuck him?
Okay, I know. I
cast disguise
I
self and make myself a naked Zundus.
do you want to fuck him up? I cast disguise self, and I turn myself into one of the slavers, and I follow. I walk
That-
into the woods.
I'm going
grab
to
his
do
shoulder.
exactly what Grim did, Gray.
That might be going a little far. I don't want to do something.
Hey, it was your idea.
That yes, but this is going a little far for that.
Party pooper, and I make myself
Hey.
look like myself again.
Yeah, being enslaved is not something a lot of people like to relive.
Was he enslaved though?
Do we know that? Or, well, we talked to him
yeah.
about it. I did mention that. I did
He
ask him
mentioned it.
about, Yeah.
Yeah, it was like one of the first things he said to us that he was.
Yeah.
One
I think I asked him
of-
about the
of
other
the slaves.
slaves, and he said they got out fine. That's what I remember. Which, this is a weird way of talking because I am still a naked Zundus.
You know what? I'm gonna drop disguise self And then make myself look like another naked Zundus.
Now this I can get behind. Just 3 more of him.
Okay, weirdo.
Hey, it's better than having him fear for his life for people who apparently owned him as property.
Kill the fun like that, why don't ya?
Besides, what's going to be funnier? His reaction to a genuinely triggering event, or just seeing 3 versions of himself walking towards him just silently?
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna try to walk stealthily towards Zundus, and then I'm gonna try to make a bear sound, and I'm gonna try to amplify that with thaumaturgy.
Okay. So I'll say you're gonna walk up to him stealthily.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Hold that thought. So I'll say. So Zundus, you have a moment where they're still just kind of deliberating in the background.
So, as they get closer, or rather as Gray gets closer, and you can actually see Zundus, his entire back is completely covered in scars. And right in the dead center, in between his collarbones, is a brand where something's been burned into his skin.
So you see him, stripped down naked. I'll say go ahead and make a stealth check.
Okay.
Alistair would be coming with this.
Okay. So make a stealth check as well. Are you gonna go, Savos, or are you just gonna?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
And not.
Okay, Brotar, are you gonna go as well?
Yeah.
I would have used a bardic inspiration on Savos, knowing he is the hardest for that. So you can add a
I add
D8.
1d6.
So Brotar, if you're gonna go, make a stealth check as well. 13.
13
Okay.
total.
Brotar's gonna go.
Yeah, I'm
Tom.
good. It's
Peeping Tom.
22.
Ooh, jeez. Okay. Yeah, so there's a few moments that are hairy where, in the giddiness of Savos, he's just about to make some noise, and for a second you think Zundus is going to notice you, but he seems, concerned about doing something else. He's just busy. So you guys are not too far from him. I'd say less than 10 feet away. I'd say a little more than 10 feet away.
I would notice the scars, right?
Yeah, actually, all of you look over, and he's got the scars on his back.
I'm gonna drop disguise self one more time, and then redo it with those scars and the brand.
Okay, cool.
Okay, that's too much even for me.
Yeah. This
And
is
then what?
Lost his nerve.
And then you said, what are you guys going to do next? You're going to do the bear thing, or are you guys going to...
No, when Gray saw the scars, he just turned around and he just leaves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Savos, I suggest we go back. And I cast suggestion.
Okay, make a wisdom save, Savos. Brotar, are you just going to turn around as well? You're going to do something?
No, I'm just following everybody else.
Finally, a good roll.
Okay. So, do you want to stick around, or do you want to turn around, as Alistair says?
I'm going to look back as they walk away and say, "Fucking cowards."
Okay.
I will cast suggestion again. Savos, march your ass back to camp.
Okay, make another wisdom save. Oh, there's the failure.
For the next 8 hours, you're marching yourself back to camp.
Fine. I'm going to spend those entire 8 hours marching in place.
Yeah.
I mean, that's on you.
Yeah. Well,
the spell actually drops as soon as you get back to camp, technically.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because once you complete whatever I suggest you, if you complete whatever I suggest you do, then the spell ends.
Yeah. So, anyone else going to do anything? Zundis, were you going to do something else, or are you just...
No, just that little reveal. That's all I was doing. I'm going to have
Okay.
him once he's done bathing.
Okay. Do you guys want to take a break for like 5-10 minutes or something?
Yeah,
Sure.
I can get some water.
Drink some. Okay, cool.
Hey guys, I just wanted to pop in here and say we don't have any ads right now. So if you could just do us a favor and like and subscribe if you like us, and share this podcast with anybody you think might like it. Maybe in the future we'll have ads, but for right now, we just want to help grow this little show here. Don't forget to follow us at Campaign Grand on Twitter, and catch us every Friday night at 6 p.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/The Grand Campaign. Back to the show.
Yeah, by the way, I think they're revising Booming and Green Flame on the new Tasha's. So, just throwing it out there.
Possibly. I mean, they're doing the blade singing.
Yeah, so I think they're going to revise it a little bit, but we'll see what happens with the rules after. But yeah, so I'll say we ended off the evening of the first full day that you guys spent traveling.
How do you have a plus 13 to hit? What?
This is you were doing it earlier. I'm just sticking around and stuff.
I'll say whoever's going to take the watches make perception checks for this evening.
I'll take the front.
I'll start. I'll go too.
Okay.
Second watch.
Oh, that was almost so bad.
Natural 20.
Ooh, critical.
Damn.
Okay. Yeah, your first watch is relatively uneventful. You guys kind of pushed yourselves a little bit further, set up camp, talked yourself out of playing a prank on Zundis. And as you guys are just kind of sitting around, both of you hear something, but Brotar specifically, you hear in a much more refined capacity a kind of noise, almost like branches, trees. You even feel a very faint, very, very faint tremor on the ground. Kind of like not as intense as Jurassic Park, but slightly. You're looking at a ripple, and you do see a little bit. But after a few moments, it passes, and your watch comes to a close with no incident.
I wasted a nat 20 on nothing.
Possibly something, or possibly
there's
nothing.
something dangerous out there.
Mm-hmm.
So Zundis, I believe you're going to take an Alistair, or are you going to wait for the last watch?
I'll do the last.
Uh, 13.
13. Yeah, the night is relatively clear, which is a nice reprieve from the weather, though you wouldn't really have experienced much of that during your time so far in Galbaris. But your watch also comes to a close, no incident as well. Alistair, Ted, do it with advantage. Salvus's behalf.
20.
Yeah, you do also hear a very, very faint noise towards the way you guys are going, which also it's not immediately heavily wooded, but you can't see that it will be heavily wooded as you guys continue on forth. You don't see it on the map, however. But you get a similar sense of that tremor. There's a very mild tremor. But nothing happens on your watch as well. Eventually, it's the next day, bright and early. Bright and early in the morning.
Sorry, that was me.
It's the 8th currently of Tentrovin. And at this point, all wildlife in the surrounding area have, you see a few flocks of birds start flying overhead. And some of you guys are even hanging out near the lake, and you do see that the fish are kind of rampant with activity at this point. So you guys are just sitting on the river's edge.
I don't like this.
Did y'all hear something weird in the woods last night?
Yeah, last night I felt.
Sorry.
Man, last night I felt a small tremor and heard rustling. This might be that beast that group warned us about.
Oh shit! I just remembered. Like a long ass time ago when we first left Clyde.
Yeah.
We saw that couple of giants wandering around. You don't think it could be them, is it?
Wait, I'm sorry. Giants?
Yeah, I mean, it was a long time ago, and maybe I was just half asleep. It was like out of character. This was like episode 2. I mean, or session 1 or 2 or 3.
No, it was a little later.
Fabi remembers.
That was like over here.
Right.
Like on our way.
It was between Clyde and Rockford. Yeah.
Yeah. Or no, that was on our way there, like going to the temple.
Yes, that's right. But still, you were in the right spot there. I mean,
well, you guys saw the head.
Right. That's where I got the. That's where I got the axe. I think. Right.
No, you got the axe in
pit.
You got it here.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Still not very. Not super far away from where we are.
Yeah, because remember, you guys went. Yeah, sorry. You guys went here towards this way to the cave, got lost, then crossed the road over to this side where you saw Mrs. Sauce's hut. Then you guys went back on the path, went back to Clyde.
Yeah.
But you guys would have been like around here-ish when you heard.
I mean, some side of giant could be what we saw or felt or heard last night. And if I remember right, when we saw it last time was in the middle of the night too. Maybe they're nocturnal.
I know if giants are nocturnal.
Somebody fill me in.
We had we felt it and heard like a tremor type thing in the middle of the night.
Yeah, they basically took a rest. You guys basically took a rest, and Brotar took a watch and heard mild tremors, and you and Alistair took a watch and heard mild tremors. Yeah, you don't know. You would assume that because you guys have heard about it.
Only see them at night.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you guys are probably about a day's away now from this riverway. We can gather on the map.
So, like here.
Yeah, you're like here-ish, nearing a little bit of a forested area.
Actually, on this lake, can we see across it to the other side, or is it that big that you wouldn't be able to see the other side?
Yeah, it would be immediately forest area, so you could see the river, and then
it's just forest banking.
But I mean, like
forest embankment.
I can see across the lake though. It's not like the horizon. I can't see that far. Or is it
so
not?
If you're talking like from the north to the south side of the lake.
So like if I was standing on the D of Dirkdale and looking toward Rockford Outpost, could I see across the lake that direction? Yes, just like that. But it would be from the edge of the lake.
It's about 30 miles.
Oh, okay.
30 miles across.
It's a big fucking lake. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like a huge.
Okay.
Like, so you would just see water.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Faintly in the horizon, you would. I mean,
part of the mountains.
Okay.
You would see kind of like a horizon with a few peaks here and there. Yeah, so if you guys want, you can continue on. I'd say I'd put you guys probably at around here at this point.
I mean, I guess as long as whatever that is we heard isn't bothering us, we just keep going. I don't know if
I say, call me crazy.
Crazy.
But Okay, I
You
won't.
did ask for it.
What you
Yeah,
said
yeah.
to call you crazy, so I just did what you asked. That's kind of what friends do,
I
right?
say instead of wondering if whatever the hell that is following us, why don't we follow it? Why don't we see if we can pick up a trail?
Well, wasn't it coming
Because-
from the direction we were headed in?
Yeah, like probably tremoring from here.
All right, well, fuck it. Let's just keep going and see what we find.
Because whatever that is, it's probably dangerous, and
Yeah, and that's probably why we don't want to find it if we can help.
Danger's our middle name. Fuck it. We've handled more.
But here's the thing. We can actually fight. What if it's a farmer or some normal person traveling with their family and they come across that?
I mean, you got a point.
Maybe we just take whatever that is out and then be on our way.
I mean, aside from that Hydra, we've pretty much taken care of anything that's come in front of us.
Yeah, well, I don't think giants are naturally evil, I don't think.
They're big and slow. I think we could probably outrun them if we had to get out of there.
I mean, if it's a giant, we can see how they react to us. If it just attacks us on sight, then it would probably do that
The
to
problem is,
someone
one
else.
attack from a giant might be enough to wipe us out. I don't know.
Would I know anything about giants?
Make a make a nature check.
Let's hope this one's better than the other one. There you go.
Like you're talking like, would you know anything about their
like the
society or their yeah? So I'll say make a nature check.
10.
You know that from most anecdotally from people that you've heard about giants, I mean, you know they exist, but you've heard that people who just encounter them
types.
Yeah, you would know that there's different types. You've heard of them from people, but most people who have mentioned it, you can't tell if they're bullshitting you, if they're telling the truth. They're just like, I saw a hill giant once. I saw, a mountain giant once, and I just ran away. And if you suspect anyone was telling the truth, they also just generally said they ran away.
Yeah, well, I think it's like hill, stone, ire, frost.
But you also have, storm. I believe you also have that story that you heard. I believe.
Do they mention?
Someone soloed one. That's one of the heroes that you studied. I don't have my. I'll just pull my notes here.
Oh, from the song that I sung in Rockfell or whatever.
Yeah,
Rockford.
I believe that was on. Yeah, that would be the extent. I'm pulling up my notes, but continue on what you guys want to do.
Well, I was gonna say, there are different types of giants. Some of them we possibly could take. Others could squash us flat. It kind of depends.
What do you boys say? Do you want to track a giant?
I mean, we don't even know if it's a giant. It's just a thought that I had.
Yeah.
Well,
It
whatever it is, it's large enough to make the fucking earth shake. I don't want to mess with that.
Oh, come on. Where are your balls? Have they dropped yet?
I mean, I'd rather not have to get into a fight if we don't have to.
Throwing your life away.
That way I can use my...
Yeah, so it was Neldor Ventress Norna was a powerful female huntress who helped found Huntersfell. She was slain by the hill giant Basajon. She vowed revenge against the loss of her hunting party, and she tracked the giant's reign of terror for 102 days and waited for the perfect moment to strike him. And she had to and was forced to engage in direct combat with Basajan, which she managed to kill him. But she also died in the process. And the Hunter's Fell residents immortalized her by praying to Ventress before going to a hunt. That was one of your performance songs.
No. So it's possible that people can take down a giant by themselves, but again, it kind of depends on the type. If I remember correctly, hill giants are some of the weakest. I don't exactly remember. I'm saying that in character to them. But
Well,
like I said, I'd rather not have to fight something if we don't have to.
I agree that fighting a giant isn't probably in our best interest, but as Gray said, we do have the ability to fight, and if some poor folk are just out here walking and get caught by something like that, it would be bad. So let's just head in that direction and see what the fuck happens.
All right.
So you guys are going to continue on your path. Who's going to take charge at this point?
I think I'll lead.
Yeah, okay, I'll take the rear then.
I guess I'll stay with Brotar since.
So if you guys want to position yourselves, marching order. Time to lead with Alistair.
I think Sava should probably be. Yeah.
I'm gonna hide behind the paladin.
Smart move.
Okay. So I'll get Brotar and Alistair to make perception checks, please.
Okay, and I get
actually both survival and perception.
Well, my perception was a 7.
Okay.
Well, let's hope each other do better on the other one.
Survival was also a 7.
Oh, jeez, you and these double rolls. Double 18s, double 7s.
Yeah, but it was...
we're
Honestly,
fucked. What are the chances? Like, holy...
Well, what? 1 in... Well, 400,000... 160,000?
Both of you just double rolled the same thing. That's
Never tell me the odds, kid.
Yeah, so, and with different modifiers too.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
Well, mine was the same.
Yours is the same.
My perception and survival was the same.
Yeah, so you guys are traversing, and, there's this nagging feeling in the back of your minds that tremors bother you guys a little bit. You guys are starting to get a little bit lost and are not really paying attention to where you're going.
Hey, I think we took a wrong turn at the tree here.
I have no fucking idea where we are. Can we see the river yet?
I would have thought we were staying with that at the very least.
Yeah, like you guys are still hugging the side, but there's some points where, there's some points where you have to kind of go through a little bit of the trees, and you lose sight of the river for a second and come back to it. At this point, you guys seem to have gotten lost in a little bit of a forested area, and you don't have vision of anything, and you don't remember where you came from.
Can I see the sun? Do I know what that means?
You can see. Yeah, you could. The area is not heavily canopied, so you can see the sun. Make a nature check.
Big fat +0 for a 10.
10. Yeah, so you somewhat get your bearings back a little bit. You've navigated quite a bit. You know what the sun means in terms of just general orienting yourselves, generally orienting. So you do manage to somewhat get back on track. However, at this point, you guys are you're presented with what looks like a kind of split in the road. There's almost like trees lining the center, and there's a right path and a left path. It's not paths per se, but they're almost like openings in the trees.
Hey, Gray.
Yeah.
With your flight, can you give that to other people as well?
Let me think about it for a second.
You touch a willing creature.
Yeah, you touch a willing creature.
Target gains
Okay,
flying speed for the duration.
Who wants to fly?
Laster, you want to do that?
Sticks his hand out as fast as humanly possible.
No, you're way too squishy. If you fall, you're gonna hurt yourself. I tap Brotar's shoulder and I say, "Fly, my boy, fly!"
Oh God.
I am not willing to accept this spell.
Oh God damn it!
So I don't know if you lose a spell slot for that.
Said that, like, as he's coming to touch you.
Yeah, be like, "Don't you fucking touch me!"
I guess I'll go.
And I just run out of spells. Fuck! I hit Alistair and I cast fly.
Da, 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 da.
So you fly
We're
up.
taking a short rest after that.
Yeah.
Fly up in the canopy. I'll go ahead and make a perception check. So I assume you're just gonna kind of take a look at it.
Perception. I wish I could give myself inspiration, but 17.
17? Okay. Yeah, you do see up ahead that there is a kind of fork in the road.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
But though there is no, you don't see anything. It's not heavily canopied, this whole forest, but from the little spots that you can see, the little openings and the clearings, you just see generally the forest.
So like
you do see that up ahead,
going like high up, trying to get like a bearing for like where the river's at and all that. Like I'm.
Yep. So you do see the river. It's a small ways away. You'd have to kind of curve on the right path to get around to another curved area. There's also an elevated platform. So it's almost like you'd have to go right and snake around in a U shape, then go left, and then you would be oriented back to the main area.
I try shouting that down to them.
You also do see that the path on the right, however, is obstructed a little bit. It's not heavily obstructed, but there's a tree that has fallen.
Yeah, I'm just shouting everything I see down to them.
Yeah. So you relay the message.
Yeah.
And after a few minutes or so, you just eventually return back.
Yeah, I use my 10 minutes.
Okay, fellas, can we just take a few minutes so I can get a short rest? Because I wasted both of my spells.
Well, during that 10 minutes, how long is a short rest? I guess an hour?
About an hour, yeah.
Yeah, so if we want to take another, 50 minutes, we can do that.
Okay. Yeah, it's up to you guys if you want to do that.
That would be fine, I suppose.
Thank you.
You guys just kind of decide to orient yourselves, take a break, just hanging out in the forested area. You guys take a short rest. So any spell slots, etc., that do recover on a short rest comes back.
I turn to Brotar and I go like, "Why are you afraid of flying?"
I don't like heights, man. And
What?
if I don't like heights, and if I was intended to fly, I would have wings.
I mean, I don't have wings and I fly.
And that's not natural.
Well, in fairness, our existence isn't that natural.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a lot of things in
That's
this world that are unexplainable, and I just kind of try to accept it, but flight is not something that I accept. I ain't no
I
goddamn
make
bird.
myself look like Brotar. This isn't natural. Like, but this is the world we live in.
You looking like me is less weird than me flying. Okay? I'm not a bird.
I'm gonna make you fly one day.
That's
a promise.
If you like your hands, you will not do that. You're gonna have a hard time casting a spell without your hands.
Okay, challenge accepted.
So you guys do finish your rest eventually. You guys are kind of still at this fork in the road. What do you guys want to do?
So,
left path and a right path. A right clearing and a left.
Right.
yeah.
It's the right path.
Well, that's what I saw. Like, we go right, and it kind of curves, and then there's a tree over that way. And then we kind of take a left to get back into our swing of things. If I remember right. I shouted it down to y'all. Y'all should remember.
Yeah, of course I remember.
I barely remember what I did 5 minutes ago, buddy.
So, how are you guys going to proceed? Are you just going to be at a faster pace? Are you just going to continue on as normal pace?
I'm making a point not to be stealthy. Whatever it is that was making that noise to find us.
Okay.
Me shouting probably did not help.
I'm sort of just casually walking along.
Yeah, just normal pace, I guess.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get everybody to make a perception check as you guys are just kind of traversing along this path.
6.
23.
9.
3.
14.
Okay.
Ooh, I stabbed myself in the eye.
Okay.
No,
so
shit's in your eye.
so you guys are so you guys are walking, and you do see there is a tree that's fallen, like a stump of a tree or like a part of a tree that's fallen on the ground. And in the moment, you guys don't seem to see anything weird around the area as you guys are continuing on. Eventually, you guys just kind of, hop over this fallen tree. It's no more than a couple of feet high, I would say, or a couple of feet thick. As you guys hop over it and cross. And as you guys are walking, Rotar, you do kind of see a little bit that there's almost a weird part of a bush or something. It looks very unnatural to you.
I do believe there is something wrong with that shrub.
I'm going to take up my dagger and poke the shrub.
And that's how we lost the wizard.
Again.
So you guys are walking up to this weird shrub. Sorry, give me a second. And with Gray in the back, you suddenly poke this shrub. And without any warning, it just starts going, making this echoing loud noise and starts kind of rattling like a snake almost in the process.
Unwise.
You guys are all distracted by the sudden display of this thing as you see this kind of weird creature start kind of lumbering out, still looking essentially like a shrub. It's still a shrub. However, it does start walking towards you, Savos, and without even any warning either, behind you, you see Gray, and right behind him is also another one of these weird little things that appear. And they both start like making weird kind of hissing noises. Give me a second
I'm going
here.
to hold my dagger and say, "Fuck off! I've got a dagger. I'm not afraid to stab myself."
Okay.
Like that's gonna stop. I really hope it's not what I think it is.
I need Gray and Savos to both make Constitution saves.
Oh, brother.
DC is 14.
16.
That's a save on Savos and a fail on Gray.
Oh,
Two nat ones in a row.
Yeah, that's crazy.
God damn, pal.
Oh no.
A second.
Zundus Philippar? What?
Oh, I still
say
have
your name
myself
twice.
set as like petrified, so I removed that condition on my character sheet.
Is your name Zundus Philippar?
Yeah, your name was said twice on the thing.
Yeah, it says
Zundus. That's weird.
on mine
it's
it says
because
double
it's
Zundus.
because it's because like my thing, my text chat thing is set as Zundus.
Oh,
I just said it to Baron.
yeah, Fabi Gray, Grayson Gray Lux.
Give me a second.
Mine only does one name. Oh no, it's Brotar.
Give me a second.
It's like Mario and Luigi Mario.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I'm blind.
So you guys suddenly watch as this creature lumbers towards. This creature starts lumbering towards you, Savos, and you just manage to just escape its clutches as it kind of stumbles forward and tries to grapple you. Gray, however, you're watching all this unfold and are distracted, and up from behind you, a large kind of tree-like creature comes up and just tries to slowly start devouring you. So, give me a second. You suffer.
Oh fuck!
20 points. Damn, that's crazy. 20 points of. Give me a second here.
Jesus.
You suffered 20 points of bludgeoning damage as it's now starting to squish you, and the reeds and branches are kind of pressing against your face and your chest and your arms, and you're slowly kind of being crushed and engulfed by this thing. I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Okay, so maybe I shouldn't have stabbed the bush.
You think?
20.
Oof, that's a
Where's
4.
my initiative? There it is.
10.
20, nice.
7.
16.
Zundus at the top.
Yeah, it's pretty low.
Oh no, sorry, that's okay, sorry, I have my orders right. So Gray at the top.
Gray, Brotar, Savos, me, and Zundus.
Okay, let me write that
And
down.
wherever the fuck
So
these
it's
shrubs.
Gray, Brotar, Savos.
Alistair and Zundus.
Savos, yeah.
Okay. Top one is what you roll, Zundus? A 4?
Yeah.
2 plus 2.
2 plus 2.
I rolled a 4 plus 3.
Bottom is
11 minus.
That's cool. Let's get the bad rolls out right now.
Yeah, that way when we attack it, we'll get nat 20s.
I
okay.
had
So
two good rolls and then
Gray.
straight back to shitty rolls.
Gray is currently the top of your turn. Or sorry, yeah, because you rolled the top of the initiative. You are currently blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Jesus!
oh fuck!
So I should start working on my next character? What you mean?
No, you're fine.
No.
Like, can he use his action to break free?
Yeah, if you are going to attempt to break free, I need you to make another Constitution save or a Constitution roll.
Okay,
Actually,
can I cast Armor of Agathis?
I
I
believe.
don't think if your hands are restrained, you can do the components of it.
Okay, because it's somatic. All right,
yeah.
so I'm gonna
Yeah,
try
it's
to. I'm gonna
verbal.
make a break free. Yeah.
Hold on, let me see. I believe you have disadvantage on Dex. Attack rolls have advantage on you, and your attack rolls have disadvantage. Your speed becomes 0, and you can't benefit from any bonus to your speed. What is it? A verbal somatic, I believe.
Verbal, somatic, and material.
And material.
Actually,
okay.
Never mind. I'm gonna cast. It's just verbal. I'm gonna cast Thunderstep.
Thunderstep. Okay, got it. So you begin to utter a word. You still having a hard time breathing as it's starting to squish you, but you do manage to eke out the words in the process. I'll say, just for the sake of this, make a Constitution saving throw anyways, just to see if you can eke out the words, considering you're unable to breathe at the moment. Okay. So you just barely, you're not able to escape its clutches, but you just squeak out the words from your mouth as you just slowly disappear and appear, I'd say probably about, what's the range on Thunderstep? 90 feet? No, that's...
He can go 90 feet, but everything within 10 feet of him has to make that con save or take the damage.
Yeah, so 10 feet of him? Okay. Yeah, so if that's the case, I need Brotar and Zundus to make con saves.
Okay.
Oh shit! Sorry, boys.
That's a failure on the...
Oh, there we go.
That's 2 failures. So both of you suffer 16 points of thunder damage.
Jesus.
As you disappear. Where do you pop out of, Gray?
Anywhere you can see within 90 feet, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I can't see anywhere.
That was 16,
yeah,
right?
You're blinded, actually. So I'll say roll a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, roll a d8 and we'll determine. It'll be north, northeast, east, southeast, whatever. 7. So you suddenly appear without knowing at the top of this tree over here. You're probably about 10 feet. I'd say, about 10 or about 12 feet high up on this tree. As suddenly you just bamf out and you're just land on a few branches and are hanging on for dear life.
Okay, so that was my bonus action because it's a bonus action. As my action, I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis.
Okay.
Can't do 2 leveled spells in one.
Oh wait, yeah, you can. It has to be cantrip spell or leveled spells.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So I got nothing. Do I need to see to cast Toll the Dead?
Yeah, at this point you're no longer blinded
anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on the.
Okay.
Attack me.
I think the range is 30 feet on it or something?
60.
60? Okay. So what's the save? T16 whiz. Let us see.
I hate your friends too.
It fails. It rolled a 5 plus 0.
Okay.
So immediately you just bamf out, appear. Actually, it suffered also 16 points of damage, so that's fine. as you now
yeah,
see
you're
that.
supposed to roll d12s for that, Bobby.
No. Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you took
because you
thunder
took damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume
Totally
you're
forgot.
attacking that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm attacking the
Yeah.
same one.
There you go.
15 damage.
Got it. Okay.
Bang.
15 damage total, right?
31 damage to a single target. Pretty
Oh,
nice.
jeez. Yeah, crazy. Yes. Got it. 15. So you watch as arcs of lightning and kind of this dark energy start emanating from this creature as it's now letting out this hissing and kind of weird, slow lumbering in its body. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Can I use my movement to climb down the tree?
Yep, you can.
Okay.
So now
And
you're at
that's
the
my
base
turn.
of the tree. Okay. Brotar, you're up.
All right. Well, let's see. He worked on this guy, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I will just pull out Delvin and take my 2 shots at it.
Okay. Go ahead and make your shots at it.
First one
Are you marking?
is not. The dice is not stopped moving on my screen, and now it's a 20.
I must
Not natural.
roll.
No, not 20.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a
that'll
20.
hit. That'll hit. Definitely hit.
And then the second one. 24.
Another 20.
Yeah.
So
that's...
and for my bonus action, I will mark the thing because I forgot to say that. Or you can not do it this time. Whatever you want.
Yeah. I'll say. I'll say you would have just done it.
Okay. Sorry, I gotta remember to do
it's
that.
Okay. So that'll be 20 total damage. Got it. So
And...
you just fire off shots, and part of the branches are now just flying off of it.
And I think that's...
Sorry, word of note, small retcon.
Yes.
You, when you thunderstepped Gray, you didn't see any of the lightning do any damage to it.
It's thunder, not lightning damage.
Sorry, wait. Right, it is thunder damage. Got it. Okay, so yeah, it is still thundering. Thank you for pointing that out. So Brotar, continue.
That's actually all I'm going to do.
Okay.
Just those 2 shots. And
so you fire off shots, and just pieces of this thing are now just flying off of it. It is hissing, and you can see that it's got all sorts of different flowers, and it's almost like it's absorbed some of the forest overgrowth around it. It is going to be the creature's turn at the bottom.
Oh, joy.
It is going to... it's going to walk up to you, Zundis. It's going to do 2 slam attacks on you.
Neither of those hit.
None of those hit, so you watch as this thing lumbers towards you, and you're just extremely prepared for anything to happen, so you just move completely out of the way as it takes these kind of flattened tree stumps in its arms and just slams the roots onto the ground, causing everything to kind of quake slightly. In the process, no effect. Savos, you're up. Alistair, you're after it.
Okay. By the way,
muted.
JJ, you're muted.
Mr. Savos.
So I've been talking this whole time like a dumbass.
I had a feeling. I noticed it earlier. I thought you were doing something, so I didn't say anything.
See, I was eating M&Ms, and I thought, wow, this is really loud. I should mute my mic. I finished eating M&Ms like 20 minutes ago.
It's like a novel.
Talking.
It's like a storybook. The peanut M&Ms were stolen. You're eating M&Ms. You're muted. It all comes full circle. So it's your turn, and you're currently standing in front of this huge creature. It is almost like oozing out this weird kind of sap-like liquid out of its face.
Oh, was he also engulfed? Or did he save?
Okay.
He
I'm
saved.
going to Misty Step here
Okay.
and Firebolt
Firebolt, got it.
Each one.
this dude.
Upper dude? Yeah.
Yeah, upper dude.
Feet.
I thought that was a 19 to hit, but no.
Yeah, so you just immediately go and you attempt to thunderbolt it as you move away. It does, I believe, get an attack of opportunity on you, or did
He
you Misty
Misty
Step?
Step.
No.
Okay, got it. So you just disappear and appear right behind Alistair. You point your gun finger towards it and shoot a firebolt at it. It just glances off of it, just a slight miscalculation, no effect on it. Anything else you want to do?
No.
Alistair, you're up. Zundus, you're after.
Alright.
Gotcha.
I'll take a step back. I will healing word Brotar, since he's probably the one who has less HP.
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Damn.
Nice.
5. That was
So-
Five
minimal.
is something.
5 hit points on you, Grotar.
And
I think he's still
action,
being right.
I will. Oh, what'd you say?
I think he's still being right back. So I'll just
Oh.
type it out in the chat to remind him.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
And
Awesome.
then action, I will Ray of Frost the south one. Come on. 10. Ah.
Got it. Yeah, that'll definitely hit. So you just send out a little bit of a healing towards your buddy. Hold out your hand and shoot this ray of frost, cold beam towards it. And actually one of its legs that it's walking on just slowly freezes over for a second and starts moving slower than it already is. Nice damage on it. Anything else you want to do?
That'll be my turn.
So, Zundus, you're up.
Okay. The very first thing I would like to do is bonus action cast Searing Smite
Okay,
Oh shit.
go ahead.
at
And,
second level.
Oof, okay.
So that the next attack that I actually hit with will do an extra 13 fire damage.
Okay.
Then I will make 2 attacks with my longsword.
Okay, so it has to make a,
It's a 19 on the first one. And yeah, it has to make a DC 14 Constitution save.
14 con save. It rolled a Constitution.
Yes.
13 plus 3, so 16.
I will cutting words that
Okay.
Nice.
and come on, get higher than a 3. -6 to that save.
Nice.
Okay, so it fails. Also, word of note for you, Alistair. When you shot cold at it, it didn't have quite as much of an effect as you
Damn.
had hoped.
It is resistant to cold damage.
23 on the first one, 13 of that being fire damage.
Jesus, hold on. So, give me a second. Let me just do some calculations here. So,
Alright.
took half damage on the thing. So, what is it? 20? How much is fire?
13.
13. And how much is the remaining damage? 10?
10.
Okay.
Are you wielding it one or two-handed?
One-handed. I
Are
was
you
about to
using your
hit it with-
shield?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you cast Searing Smite on it, and you just see this kind of webbed-looking, almost radiant light come down and immediately just cut one of its arms off. It does leave a slight smoldering where one of its limbs were. However, it also doesn't seem to have much of an effect on the creature.
And
It is
if I
resistant to
remember
fire.
Searing Smite right, it is now on fire.
Yes, I
Yep,
believe
it
it's
ignites.
currently on fire.
All right.
So top
my
of its
last,
turn.
Well, yeah, I was going to use my last attack since I get two attacks per turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the fire is, I believe, the top of its turn, right?
Yeah.
15 just hits. It is its armor class.
All right, so that's 9 damage.
Got it. Damage. Okay. So, anything else you want to do on your turn?
That'll be it.
Okay. So you just tear into this thing. It is now currently on fire from your moves. The first creature is it's the first creature's turn. He is going to move up to Brotar and attempt 2 slam attacks. Again, that's a 24 on the first one and a 26 on the second.
Those will both hit.
You suffer 14 on the first one
Oh,
God.
and 12 on the second one.
but 26 is 26.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I've already used my reaction to cutting words.
Where's my rage?
Yeah.
Can I use my reaction to fucking... Wait, no. I can't do that.
Yeah, if you just have reactions.
Stealth.
I need you to make a Constitution save, Brotar, please.
Constitution save, you say?
Yeah, DC
He
14.
is going to try to eat you.
That's a 10.
That's a fail. It now you watch this thing as Brotar has just been bludgeoned heavily by this thing. It now starts slowly engulfing Brotar. You are blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe.
Holy shit. Blinded?
Yeah. Blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe as long as you're...
There's no unable to breathe thing on here, is there?
Yeah, so it'll just be your Constitution.
Yeah, you can hold your breath for your Constitution plus 1 minute.
Yeah.
15 minutes then?
No, it'll be your con bonus.
Plus,
Oh, so
whatever,
2.
plus-
So I can hold my breath for 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. So
That's gonna end.
That's like
turn.
that's 2 rounds, is that right? Or
That's like 30 rounds.
oh, it's a long
30
time.
rounds.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got a while.
You're good. Yeah. Gray, you're up. Brotar, you're after.
Okay, I will bonus action cast Hexablade Curse on this motherfucker.
Okay.
Then I will move right here, and I'm gonna take 2 strikes. I summon the Balancing Sky,
Okay.
and I am gonna attack him twice. So that's the first one. I am gonna use the what is it called? The thingy what I can
Add your charisma.
yeah. Sorry, is it Scales of Justice? I'm gonna use
Okay.
it once. 17 to hit.
Okay, 17 will hit. The armor class is 15.
Okay, so it does. It adds 2 damage as well, correct?
Yeah.
So it does 20
20.
damage.
Whew.
Whew, nasty. Got it.
And I am going to try to hit him again. I minus 5 on my attack.
Okay.
Oh my
So it'll be
fucking
11.
god! Yeah.
Wah, wah.
Yeah. So you just lay into this thing.
Well, you technically did 5 more damage than you would have done.
Yeah.
So you just immediately smash. You hex this thing. You see this kind of swirling energy around it, and immediately run up and just slice a piece of this thing off of it. Being careful not to hit Brotar in the process. You just see like one of Brotar's eyes as you chop this piece of branch, kind of looking over at you. as he's being swallowed by this thing.
I'm gonna get you out, friend. I'm gonna get you out.
Anything
And
else you
that's
want to
gonna
do?
be my turn. That's my
Okay.
turn.
Brotar, what do you want to do on your turn?
So what exactly can I do?
Could you use the Misty Step?
I don't know. Can I?
You're still attuned, I believe.
I am. Yes. I just don't know exactly what. So being, what am I? I'm restrained and blinded, and I can't breathe. So being restrained, I take it I can't probably pop up potion or anything like that, right?
You can still attack as a disadvantage.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I think is what he read out earlier.
Yes.
So
You're
I
not
mean-
incapacitated.
there's someone behind me, right? This guy that's doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess Jay, it's up to you whether I can use the Misty Step thing to get out of there.
Yeah, I'll say if you're gonna, because it's at will, so actually you can.
It's a bonus action to do that, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
So-
granted by Bloodrender.
Right. I guess if I can do that, I'll just Misty Step my way out of there to like here.
Okay.
Here. can go
I
30
need you to
feet.
make a persuasion check.
A persuasion check?
Yes.
Oh fuck.
Oh, shit.
Come on. It's a natural one.
Natural one.
Oh, no.
So you hear Prince Severan speak to you, and he says, "You haven't been a worthy champion in a while. I'd like to lose you and find a new owner. Perhaps the Red Tiefling will make a good one." And he doesn't trigger Misty Step for you.
Ah!
Fuck.
Son of a bitch. What
When he
else can
says
I
red
try to
tiefling,
do?
He's talking about Gray, right?
I assume so.
I mean, he's the only red tiefling here.
Our other
anymore.
red tiefling died.
Okay.
Yep, you still have your action, so you could attempt to.
I guess I can try to shoot it.
I mean, you don't have disadvantage because you got sharpshooter, right?
But I have disadvantage
You'll have
because I'm
disadvantage
restrained.
on Restrained.
Ah, because you're restrained. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. If you want to do that, go ahead and make
get-
2 attack
I get
rolls.
2 attacks, so but let me switch this to advantage.
Yeah.
And then
So it'll be.
Don't hit Gray on the
Whew,
outside.
thank God.
Ah,
Whoa!
Jeez.
it didn't get a crit though because of it.
Yeah, that's still crazy. So your first shot immediately, that's a lot of damage. You just
Second one's not good though. Well, it's 11.
Oh, they both hit. Oh no, 11's.
Yeah, 11 doesn't hit.
So
Right?
you just
Yeah.
managed to kind of pull your arms through a few branches and just snap a few of them in place. You kind of hold up close to the front of your body.
Yeah.
You shoot, and just pieces from Dolphin's blast, just pieces go flying everywhere. You're slightly loosened up in the process.
Yeah. If I remember right, he only does 12 because he marked this one.
Yeah.
Unless he,
He marked the other one.
And I couldn't
Yeah.
I couldn't move it because I didn't have a bonus action because I tried to Misty
Yeah.
Step with it. So it would
Yeah,
only be
yeah.
12,
So-
yeah.
Yep, got it. Still good damage on
Can-
it. You're
can-
still.
I can't move
Yeah.
thoe, can I?
no,
You
your
can't.
speed is
You're
0.
restrained.
Okay. So I guess that's it. Yeah.
I'll say. Let me see if you can make a save.
I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Yeah. So you're still engulfed.
I'm still
Um,
restrained and blind and all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the second one is gonna. You hear the hissing intensify extremely loudly to the point that it's echoing now. It's going, and it's just echoing throughout the entire forest. It just starts shimmying away from the party. Zundis, you get an attack of opportunity on it.
All right.
Process.
Yeah, I will swing my sword at.
Natural
That's
20,
really moved
divine
it.
smite.
5, 10,
Natural 20, divine
so
smite.
it moved here.
Critical
No, it's
failure.
not that 20, but it's a 22.
Oh, that'll definitely hit.
6 damage.
6 damage.
6 damage. Got it. So yeah, as it's moving away, it just immediately starts kind of moving and slowly lumbering away from you as you just hack into it. Another piece of it falls off.
Where do you think you're going, you bastard?
That's going to end its turn. Savos, you're up. Alistair, you're up.
Okay. I am going to match Scorching Ray
Got it.
on the one that's grappling Brotar. Where is the third? What the fuck?
You're not allowed a third.
So the first one will hit, the second one will miss, the third one will hit. So that's 2 hits, 16 fire damage, reduced to half since it's resistant. You're attacking the one that's with Brotar, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so you just watch like 3 balls of fire just go flying out and form this kind of intertwining ray that just smacks into it. One of them, it just sacrifices a small kind of gnarled branch that looks like a shield and just bats it away, but the other 2 in the process just leave scorch marks in its body. Yeah, it seemed to have gotten hurt from it, but it's not as effective as you had hoped against its kind of wet, moist exterior. It's now like puking out a little bit of sap in the process. Anything else you want to do?
I have 2 really quick yes or no questions.
Yeah.
First, can I learn cantrips through spell scrolls?
No.
No, you wouldn't be able to.
No.
Oh, that's lame. And second, do wizards ever get a second attack?
No.
No, you sacrifice that for just absurd damage, basically.
Yeah.
And flexibility.
There would be a way to do it, but it's weapon attacks. You don't get to cast 2 spells in a turn.
Yeah.
That's fucking lame. Alright, that's my turn.
Yeah. Alistair, you're up. Sundus, you're after him.
I will come up to this one, and I will cast suggestion telling it to let go of my friend and fuck off.
Jesus, okay. What's the save on that? It's a wisdom.
It is a wisdom DC 15.
Okay. I'm going to roll this in chat just to see if it even works. That's a 12. That's a fail.
All right, so on his next turn, he will let go of Brotar and he will fuck off, whatever that means to him.
Okay.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Let me see if this.
I think.
Can you do both of those?
Just one word.
Yeah. Well, this is suggestion. Level 2 spell. I can limit it to a sentence or 2.
I believe it, and I believe it'll understand it
that
regardless.
can't be charmed or immune to this effect. Okay.
I believe it understands.
So I guess
it.
the spell translates it for it if it doesn't understand me.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
That's what I was worried about.
Can you do?
Spells
Can
say,
you
like,
give
if
it?
they can't understand you, fuck you.
Can you give it both commands? Like tell it to drop me and run away. It's okay to do both.
I give it a set action.
A course of activity, so
for it to follow.
Gotcha.
And as long as I concentrate, it'll do it.
Got it. Okay. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, I'll just I will bonus action inspire Zundus.
Nice.
Okay.
Features boop. Okay.
Got it. Yeah, Zundus, I guess your go.
Okay. Seeing him do that, I'm going to take off after this one.
Okay.
And I... So, bonus action, I'm going to cast Magic Weapon.
Okay.
Which, basically, for the next 1 hour, it's like the sword becomes a +1.
Yep.
Then I'm going to make 2 sword attacks.
So you just watch this kind of almost like fangs pop out of your weapon, spectral fangs that just kind of eventually become part of its form.
23 on the first one. I'm going to use that bardic inspiration for the damage.
That'll definitely hit.
11 damage on the first attack.
11, got it.
12, right? Because +1.
Yeah. 12.
Oh no!
You're right.
Yeah.
Plus,
So 12 damage.
that's the whole point of magic weapon.
Yeah.
15 on the second one, or 16 rather on the second one.
Yeah, that'll hit.
9 damage.
9.
9. So
9.
28. Got it. Yeah, so it's starting to look really hurt as it's just kind of lumbering away from you. You were just hacking pieces away from it. The kind of fangs that have jutted out from your sword hook certain areas, and you're just ripping pieces of it off of it now as it's screaming in pain. Anything else you want to do?
Nope, that'll end my turn.
Got it. Excuse me. This is going to be the top creature's turn. It is going to start moving away from all of you. It's going to drop Brotar in the process and start moving in this path about 20 feet away. All 3 of you guys, I believe, get opportunity of attacks on it.
Excellent.
So, Alistair, Brotar.
Oh,
Ooh.
Natural 20.
Jesus, wow.
but you rolled shit for damage.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'll take a rapier swing.
Am I still
Fuck it,
restrained?
No, you've been, he dropped you, so you're good to go.
Yeah. This will break the spell, I believe. You suggested creatures. The suggestion makes it asking a creature to stab itself will automatically end the spell.
If the condition isn't, if any of you, your the spell ends.
If you or any of your companions damage the target, the spell ends. So yeah.
Yeah.
So as it got out of our range.
Jay, let me ask you something. If I use the Scales of Justice on a crit, does it double it?
It doesn't double modifiers, it only doubles.
It just dice crit.
But you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna use it. Scales of Justice.
Yeah.
Can I use it on a attack of opportunity?
Yeah. You should be able to.
Yeah.
So I did.
Remember, your next attack is going to be at -5.
-5, yeah. So 12, 16, 19 damage.
So Brotar, you can take a shot at it.
I have a question. Can I use a grit point on this, or does it just have to be a straight attack?
I believe grit is whenever you make an attack. I don't know. There's some weird things.
Yeah, as it's a reaction, you can. Let me see.
Yeah.
It just
what are you
says.
gonna do with your grit point?
I was gonna use a. Where the hell did it go?
I don't think you can. I think you have to use a melee weapon. I don't think you can attack.
Oh, I can't attack with my gun?
I don't think so.
Ah, well, fuck it. Then I'll try to redeem myself with fucking Bloodrender and just swing at him with it.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
But apparently I have disadvantage now because I don't have the strength to swing this sumbitch.
Oh shit! Okay,
so I missed.
Yeah, so you're just wielding Bloodrender and you go swinging it. Yep.
So you made Bloodrender have a strength now, like
well,
strength, thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was a barb weapon. Yeah, so basically that's going to be...
a fighter should have the ability to swing it.
Yeah, you should.
Well, then why didn't it...
It shouldn't.
I don't know. The first roll was a 6 anyway, so even if it wasn't a disadvantage, that's what I rolled, so fuck it, who cares?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you go to swing Bloodrender and he just isn't cooperating with you at this point. However, the other 2 do hit, so what's the total damage on... 6 on yours.
So
and then you did
19.
That is the one that's hexed.
Yeah.
That's All right, so
So hit for
Bobby's
6.
was 19, or Gray's did 19 damage total.
25.
Mine did 6, yeah.
Got it.
And
Okay.
it's gonna do what it do.
Okay.
It is
Gray,
no
you're up.
longer-
Brotar, you're after.
It
Okay.
no longer has to fuck off.
Yeah.
I point to the monster I just hit, and I say to him, "You're gonna die." And I cast Toll the Dead.
Okay. So let's look at this save, I believe. What is it? 16. It rolled a natural 4 plus 0 on its wisdom save, so that's a fail.
So that's a 16 damage.
16, got it. Yeah, so the all of you just see this thing walking away as per Alistair's suggestion and start laying into this thing. It's starting to look hurt. It's hurt.
Starting
Definitely
to look hurt.
Sorry, wrong poor choice of words. It's hurt. Pieces of it have fallen off, and yeah, it seems to not be in such a good position right now. Anything else you want to do?
So I point to Savos and I say, "Go help Xandus with the other one," and that will be my turn.
Brotar, you're up.
Okay, so for my bonus action, I'm going to do my second wind. That's what, 1d10?
1d10 plus 5.
So that is 12 because I am hurting. So then I will take 2 shots at the guy down here because he still has my mark on him.
Got it.
Natural 20.
Why am I? Oh shit! I'm rolling his disadvantage, but it was a 22. Skip the second
Okay,
one.
got it.
I
Yeah,
gotta
that'll
turn that.
definitely hit.
That's what it is. I had it set to disadvantage. That's why it rolled twice on another one. So I'll
So
turn that
you
off.
kind of
and then-
slap yourself awake during this whole time. You're feeling a little bit better, even though the tree did manage to engulf you, but you feel a lot better now. Your first shot will hit. The second one, no,
13?
Yeah, the second one will miss. As you just go, take 2 shots against it, and more pieces of it start falling off. This time, it's starting to leak all this kind of greenish amber sap out of its body as it's lumbering away from your shots. Nice.
And then
Anything else
to
you
do is the action surge a
It's just,
bonus
you
or just
can use
do it?
Yeah, you can use
You
it.
just do it and you get a whole free action.
All right, then
Yeah.
I'll do that. So I get 2 more. Oh shit! I haven't even realized what
Yeah,
I've
you
been.
get 2 more
I need to
attacks.
reload the fucker, so that's what I'm gonna do. Is use my action surge to reload, so that I'm
Okay,
ready on
so-
the next
Well,
one.
reload and you still
Yeah.
get 1 pop if you
Oh,
want.
okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll do that.
Yeah,
Okay, so I reload, then 1 shot.
yeah.
That is a 14.
Oof.
That's still a miss.
It's not marked, right?
No, that one is marked. That's
Oh, that is
this
the
guy I'm shooting at. The bottom
Yeah,
one.
yeah. So you just go to shoot at it, and as you're shooting, your bullets go through. Pieces of it are actually just falling off already. So no effect on your shot.
And
anything else you want to do?
no, that'll do it.
Okay. Okay. The second one down below is going to continue moving away from you, Faustus.
Xandus?
Or Zundus, sorry.
Who's Faustus?
Very brain farting there.
I hear you.
Fundus. That's a great name.
Oh my god.
Or Zaustus?
Xandus.
Do I get another attack of opportunity?
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna hit him.
So
Yeah,
go ahead and
whole
make
new
an
round.
attack.
So yeah.
Now, natural 20.
Yeah, that's 13. That's
13?
12.
Yeah, 13 will miss as it's kind of just lumbering away, moving away from you.
Doesn't matter. Here it is all day.
Got it. So as you're kind of hacking away at this thing, you hack a few more times at its form, and as you're missing it, this thing is kind of chunks of it are like falling off and just falling to the ground. In the process of doing so, you see a form, humanoid, fall to the ground. He's got kind of like orangish hair. He's cut up all over the place from just, you assume, branches of this thing having consumed it. And immediately in front of you, you do see this kind of orange-haired man, short hair, dressed in like kind of feathered leathers, just fall to the ground. He's kind of like laying in like a somewhat fetal position, looking a little bit hurt. Anything else? All right, so that's its turn. Gray, you're up. Brotar, you're after. Oh, sorry.
Actually, no, it's
no, sorry, Savos' turn.
Let's see. Did we skip somebody? That seemed pretty quick.
Yeah.
My turn.
Yeah. Savos and then Alistair after.
Okay. I am going to cast... Fuck, where is it? Shatter at 3rd level.
Okay. Ooh, that's really high up there.
Hold on a second. My computer crashed. I have to reset everything. Right here. So it should only hit this plant monster thing.
Yep. All right, man. How do you want to kill this thing?
It
yeah.
has less than 9 hit points left.
So basically, I just want to, like, center my shatter inside of this thing and have it fucking explode.
Okay. So you see this kind of humanoid fall off of it, Zundis, and before you even have a chance to process this humanoid that's fallen, you just see a little mote of arcing energy inside of it, and it just explodes into a bunch of splinters of brambled wood and different branches. I'll say, yeah, just if anything, yeah, I see you've got your shield, so you're just good. Nice. So yeah, that thing's no more. Anything else you want to do, Savos?
Nah, that's it.
Okay. Alistair, you're up. Zundis, you're after.
Alright. Bonus action. I will healing word at 3rd level. Brotar again.
Okay.
God damn it. I rolled 2 1s and a 3.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Rolling shit for.
So, what does that give
healing
me?
word.
9?
You gain
9
9 HP.
Yeah.
That's all right. That
And
gives
then-
me above half.
Okay. Then action, I will vicious mockery this one.
Okay.
You goddamn piece of mulch. Go die in a hole.
It's gonna roll a wisdom save. That's a fail. That's a 9 plus 0 on its.
So yep,
wisdom
it
save.
takes 7 psychic damage and
7
has
psychic
disadvantage
damage.
on all of its attacks next turn.
Oof. Okay.
Or is it all or just the next attack?
I believe it's.
I think it's just a next.
On the next attack roll. Okay, so
Yeah.
the next attack it does. It has
Got it.
disadvantage.
Anything else you want to do?
I will just take a step forward.
Okay. Zundis, you're up.
Okay, so how bad does this person's wounds look?
It looks fresh. Like he's not dying. It looks fresh. He's got a little, some cuts and bruises, and he's looking like he's panting heavily as he's on the ground.
Okay. If that's the case, I won't use Lay on Hands. I'm just going to cast Cure Wounds on.
Okay, got it. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Once. So that's 6 healing.
Got it?
Say, there's another one of them. Stay here, friend, and I will move away to help the others.
He just nods at you. Gray, you're up. Protar, you're after. Actually, sorry. It's going to be this creature's turn. My bad. It is actually just going to continue moving away from you guys. The whole time kind of just hissing and yelling as it's going across the ground. Scuttling across the ground.
Don't you shamble away from us.
So... yeah, it'll be Gray's turn.
Okay, I will move here. Then I'm gonna swing the balancing sky twice at him.
Got it?
The first time I have a -5 to hit.
Yeah.
So
that'll
that's a 10.
Yeah, that'll miss. So you just run up to it, and as it's moving awkwardly now, you just barely hit it. Your sword just glances off of it, no effect. The second one will hit. So that's
11.
11?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking really rough. As you just hack another piece of it away from it.
You're not gonna get away. And that was my turn.
Okay. Brotar.
Okay.
Salvos, you're after.
Let's see. Since that dude died, I can move my thing.
Yeah.
I think I'll help out Gray and move it to this guy.
Okay.
And then
Got it?
I am within range, right? Pretty sure I am.
Yeah, you should be.
Okay. Okay, so I'll just take my 2 shots at him.
Okay. So you're reloaded, so you've got
3 shots.
4?
I have 3 because I used 1 last time, so I have 3.
Yeah.
First one is a 25.
That'll definitely hit. 22 damage.
Second
It's
one's a
really, really bad now.
27 for 19 damage.
Yeah, so how do you want to kill him?
I walked in and started blasting like the.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Danny DeVito'd him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so you just immediately lay into this thing. Just a rain of bullets. At some points, Gray is about to strike it, and just a piece of it already is just blown off of it. And it almost just begins to leak so much sap that it just kind of falls still into a puddle of mush on the ground. So fish eaters are out of combat.
Okay, I want to go through that thing to see if I find anything inside.
Well, so is this dude down here? Is there a guy down here?
Yeah, he fell.
Yeah, he got puked out.
He got puked out. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he's alive?
Check on him.
He's alive.
Okay,
He's
I'm running
breathing.
over here and I'm putting a gun to him and seeing what I can find from him.
Okay. What are you gonna ask him?
What? The fuck is going on around here? Who are you?
He's kind of coughing and going, and just trying to gather his breath for a few moments. But as things settle, and he eventually gathers himself, and you can see that he's wearing, very furred leathers. He just kind of looks at you, holds his hand out as he's trying to gather his breath, as if to say, "Don't shoot." And he holds out his arm, his left arm, and you just see kind of like a hawk fly directly into his arm. He goes, "I'm sorry, friend. I got attacked by those things. I'm a hunter. I'm just a hunter."
You mean to tell me you had nothing to do with operating it? You were just in it?
Yes.
Would Alistair know what those were?
Take a nature check. You guys have had a chance.
Come on, Mary.
And Gray, you can make an investigation check as well if you want to kind of look around.
Okay.
I'll say
Big old 12.
Fucking 7.
investigation.
12.
Mary, why
yeah.
do you fail me?
You don't know. You just saw kind of the big trees just start popping out near there.
Would I know what those are?
Yeah, sure. If you want to make a nature check as well.
I did. It's a 14.
Oh, you did 14? They're shambling mounds. That's what they are. They're just generally not aggressive, but if you get within their space, it can be.
Like stabbing them with a knife, for example.
Or that, yeah. They're just generally not going to attack, but yeah, the knife might have done it.
I'm going to keep that to myself.
Yeah. You know, but you're not saying anything.
They are plant monsters that eat people. More or less.
Wait, what are they called again?
Shambling mound. So he just answers you, Brotarn. He says, "No, friend, I wasn't operating these things. I was on the trail of something big. And, I got caught off guard by these little things."
What do you mean by something big?
Maybe those
He's
dogs
like,
we heard earlier.
"Could we maybe take a rest somewhere? And I just need to get away from these things." And he kind of just kicks a pile of branches that are on the ground away.
I mean, it'd probably be for the best.
So in the process, he kind of just takes you kind of around. So you guys do manage to kind of wrap around this area, and surprisingly enough, he seems to know exactly where he's going. He just kind of wraps around this edge, walks you guys towards the river, and just kind of plops down in front of it, starts splashing some on his wounds.
Oh, fuck.
And he goes up, tells you, he goes, "Well, the name's Finn. I was on a trail or something. I've been in these woods my whole life. Looked big, nothing like I'd ever seen before."
That would have been shaking the earth last night. Or was that 2 nights ago?
It was last night.
Wait, wasn't that tonight?
Yeah, that was the
Okay.
previous night. Yeah, the night before. He says, "Well, how did a lot of you find yourselves in these woods?"
We're on our way to Willowdale Wharf.
You just follow this riverbed over here, and whenever you get the chance to cross, you just cross it over.
Is there a bridge anywhere, or is... No.
Well, there's one that I built, but it's a little shoddy if you ask me.
No.
Still help you cross it if you really need to get there. I'm actually planning on leaving this area. Home is just around the corner, and I was just hunting, but lately these woods have been a little troublesome. A lot of big things come about, things I've never seen, all sorts of scary monsters I want to forget.
Yeah,
Have you seen anything on your way here, other than those buggers?
Other than
I mean, we heard.
other
We heard
band,
something
no.
last night. And look, boys, I'm not sure what we heard last night was this? It sound Jay, did it sound heavier?
Yeah, these wouldn't generate any sort of tremors, probably, or at least enough that you could hear thuds from like miles away.
So yeah, there's still something in these woods, something dangerous. But it was not those things.
Well, can't say it provides me any comfort those things are still walking around, but I'm glad you came right when you did, because I was just about to pass out. Had maybe a few breaths left in me.
I want
I'm
to
glad we
insight
couldn't-
check him.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
15.
15.
See if he's lying to us about anything.
Well, he seems generally truthful. He almost has like a very innocent disposition to his voice.
All right. So we'll just pat him on the shoulder and say, don't go sticking your foot in weird shrubs, and you should be fine. And he will leave him with a second level healing word.
He kind of looks at you and he says, "Oh, thank you, friend. That was much needed. Really appreciate that. And to you as well." And he looks over at you, Zundis.
Zundis just kind of nods.
I assume you're wearing your mask at this point, right?
Yeah, he is. So it's just the spider eyes.
He kind of looks at all of you and says, "Well, I'm glad we all made it out of that. And I'm glad to have my friend Leandro back here too." Starts feeding the bird on his arm little bits that he pulls from the pouch. And he says, "Well, since technically I don't have a home anymore, would it be all right if I joined you for a little while? You see, you're heading to the wharf.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little worried about what's out there, and do you plan to do anything about the creatures in this area, or?"
We're just passing
really
through.
Plan. Is it causing a lot of problem for people around here?
Well, it just, personally for me, it's just a little painful to see this place that I've called home for so long start. I don't know, these things came maybe about a few months ago. Didn't have any trouble, but they've been getting closer and closer. Harder to avoid. Can't say that they would be trouble, but if a few of these creatures found their way to Willowdale Wharf or Clyde or any of the surrounding areas, wouldn't be a good thing. You don't usually see much of these creatures this side of the Empire. What were you going to say, Josh?
I was gonna ask if I would know anything about where they came from, those shrub monster things, from my nature check.
Okay. No specific thought comes to mind. You know that creatures like this, exist all over Ostrava. They can appear. The nature of which you don't know, what gives them consciousness, or if there is even any, or if they're just kind of like brainless creatures influenced by something. Yeah, that's the
Wait, what was the last part?
Yeah, like you don't know if like what would have given these things consciousness, or if they even have any, or if they're just kind of like, plants per se, acting on defense mechanisms and whatnot.
as per usual, I will keep that little tidbit to myself.
Okay, cool. And he says, well, if it's all right, I'd like to join you and we can get moving, and I think we can make it before sundown.
It's fine with me if it's fine with you.
Sorry, he meant to say not to Willdale Wharf, but you can get a little bit of ground covered before sundown.
All right.
And he introduces himself to the rest of you as Finn Callum. We can end the session there.
Thanks for listening to the Grand Campaign podcast. You can catch us live at twitch.tv/The Grand Campaign every Friday night at 6 p.m. Pacific. You can also follow us on Twitter at CampaignGrand and send all your emails to thegrandcampaignDND@gmail.com.